Well, hello there. Welcome
General
back. Somebody did it, and it wasn't Alex. The alien might
I'm not on form today.
No, it's fine. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Dragonborn Industries. We're here for another episode of Starfinder. Pre-warning now, I may cut the stream early if I black out, because I'm in the midst of a migraine. So we're just going to see how it goes. I'm going to mask on for you, and I'm just going to push through the pain. And these guys are going to watch as I wince and just go, okay. Otherwise, how are you guys doing? How are my players around the table?
Migraine free.
Nice.
Migraine free now.
At the moment.
Well, that all sounds lovely.
Oh, I've got my first ever dice.
Ooh.
Sorry, I just revealed my own dice. It's my first ever owned set of dice.
Is that your first ever? Oh,
It's my
nice.
first ever set of dice given to me by my boyfriend.
Okay.
My good boyfriend! Gay! How is everybody doing, by the way? I've just asked that, so we're going to space out a little bit. What I was meant to say there is, for the podcast listeners, we're joined by a full table, a full complement of players once more. We've got Tamsin, we've got Alex, we've got Steph, we've got Jack, we've got Emily, and we are here to roll some dice and watch me slowly die of the brain pain. But it's going to be alright, because we ended last week's combat, and we ended up in a situation where you guys sort of had been sent to hunt down this mark. You then met the mark and got chatting, and between meeting Roos, this new guild member, this mercenary, and also G33, the supposed hacker Ysoki, managed to decide maybe there's more to this than meets the eye than just the contract to kill. And unfortunately, you weren't the only people hunting G33 down. You ended up in a situation where you had to fight to defend yourselves. And, you know, you guys went through a pretty brutal combat. You then snuck through a load of things, didn't sneak through a load of things, ended up fighting an assembly use, which is one of my favourite monsters from the Alien Archives. It's basically a gelatinous cube but then repurposed as items. I thought it was pretty cool. You guys smashed it, and then you made it to the lair of G33, his safe house, where he apparently woke up once more. But that's a quick overview of last week, and I will talk more about that when we get into it. So I'm going to hand over to Steph with the start of the announcements.
Today? Well, today it's awards season, isn't it? Woo! So, with the Oscars being last night, I thought, do you know what? Let's hand out some awards. Welcome to the first ever, I don't know, what should we call it? The Starfies? The Starfinder Awards. We have our first award for tonight goes to someone who has come in and blown us all away with accent, RP and combat. The Rising Like the Dawn Award for the best newcomer goes to Alex, aka Congratulations.
Okay.
This next award is like a production award. It's called the Technically, and this is for someone who keeps track of rules and laws,
That's
keeping
you.
us all honest. It is awarded to Jack, aka
that's
Kaz.
My buddy, my rules lawyer. My rules lawyer.
Rose Royer.
The next is for natural talent. This is for someone who consistently rolls incredible natural ones and always deals with it like an absolute trooper. The award for natural talent goes to Emily, aka Skeleton.
And it is a talent, because you just like knocking them out of the park.
The next is Scout's Honour. This is for thinking ahead and purchasing the most useful items, and this is awarded to Tamsin, aka Kalix, without whom we probably would still be on Arc 1.
That's very
In all
true.
fairness.
We next have the Sugar Daddy Award. This is for achievements in the field of sugar consumption on stream, and can of course go to no other than Ian, aka the best GM.
Oh, I'll take that. The best GM. I'll put it right on the fridge.
And finally, the Academy would like to highlight someone very special. This year's Tina Turner Award goes to the amazing, outstanding sponsor of the Starfinder campaign stream for being simply the best. It is, of course, none other than Warrior Prince 3D, your one-stop shop for all cosplay items, terrain, minis, figures, anything your heart could possibly desire. Rich at Warrior Prince 3D has got it. And using our exclusive permanent code to the stars, you can get yourself 10% off. And I will say, if you've seen their Karlak from BG3 figure lately, mummy, and it is definitely go at least check it out on their Instagram because it's amazing. So congratulations, Warrior Prince 3D, you are a winner of the Tina Turner Award. You'll join us all next year for the Starfies, and we'll see what glistening, wonderful paper awards we can hand out then.
Do you not get one?
Lovely.
I can't give myself one. It's
It's not from you, it's from a person.
It is. Well, technically, Anne Other also has a hard say in it, but the host can't win anything.
Yeah.
I think you get award for most intimidation despite concentration of size.
I'll
And
take
best
it.
ad reads.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll whip one up.
Well,
Best morale boost as well.
thank you so much. It's so good. I'm actually going to put it up.
Yay.
On there, I'm going to use my Calyx blue tack for climbing up walls.
Thanks, Dad.
Aww.
You
I'm
didn't
glad
even
you're proud
have
of me.
to explain the sugar daddy. As soon as you said sugar daddy, I knew who it was.
Yeah.
I'm glad that as soon as somebody says sugar daddy, you all think of me. Well, that's
True.
the third time, we're going to try that again.
Lucky number 3.
Gremlins in the system,
Yeah.
which, by the way, glitch gremlins are a thing in Starfinder.
Oh yes, yes.
I mean, we
Yeah.
did feed them.
Really quite an interesting enemy. Hopefully we're live. Hopefully you guys can hear us. If you can't,
I mean, we can't see us.
Fluffy Cat says, woo, hello. We're going to record anyway. If it ends up crashing again, we're going to carry on the episode and we'll get it out later if that is the case. You missed an amazing advert for Warrior Prince 3D where I won Sugar Daddy, aka Ian, best gem. Best
gem.
GM.
Best
Oh,
Jam.
it's not on camera, is it?
It's not on camera,
not.
it's just above where the camera is.
I'll get a picture of that later. I'm going to take a picture of it now because, fuck it, Twitch. Boom. There we
I will
go.
also do that.
So you missed a great advert from Steph, who did a fantastic job. So thank you to Steph. For Warrior Prince 3D. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be no gap really between that. There'll be like a weird cut, and then there'll be Tamsin talking about sugar daddies, and then we'll be back to part 3. I didn't actually get you talking about it. So.
Safe
Secret
search.
Secret
He's my
save.
soulmate.
So now for the second part of the announcements, go over and check out rollandplaypress.com and use code Dragonborn10 to get yourself 10% off all of their toolkits and their books because they are really good. I use them a lot for these sessions and for D&D and for other TTRPGs. Please go check them out and Warrior Prince 3D, thank you so much for supporting
today.
the show. We may, at some point, also have to cut the show early because I'm in the midst of a migraine, which has not been helped by the tech issues. So we will be absolutely fine.
Oh.
But it's going to be interesting because some of us are tired, some of us have got things going on.
What?
I don't know what's happening around this table anymore.
Emily was trying to cue the
Pantomime.
for your migraine. So
At least one of you spotted it.
Sorry.
let's try again.
no.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, wait.
Wrong one.
Remember, Steph doesn't like pantomimes. We learned that last week.
It's
But-
behind you.
Dan spoke too soon. You're freezing and buffering for me every minute or so. Okay,
Oh, no.
So we still got that. If that's fine.
Bullshit, lying.
How
How about we all just if we all just stay absolutely dead still at one point.
So I guess my question is to chat before we even think about jumping into the to the credits.
Is it worth it?
Yeah. Are we just going to record this and put it out later? So I guess I'm waiting on you guys really to tell me. And if not, we will just record and go from there. If it's just lagging away, then I'm just going to record this at home. And go from there.
Remember, you can catch up on all episodes on the YouTube channel and podcast.
Which hopefully you're watching this on YouTube if we have had to cancel and go from there. But let's find it out. So nobody should
That sugar daddy nonsense.
I was gonna
Damn, that was quick. They're up in the game.
What are you talking about? Nonsense.
I'm going to call me something else.
Absolutely.
What are you talking
serious.
about?
I need to find signals in my head.
Oh dear.
Alex,
gonna be a bumpy
say,
road,
the first part where you said.
So,
Yeah.
for podcast listeners, you're going to get no break in this, and you're going to get us straight back here after all these fun tech issues. For all of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Again, no problem for you there. We'll get some messages up on social to say that we're going to record anyway and then put it out on YouTube afterwards. So you can all watch it there and watch us fumble around. Yeah.
It's been 4 days for us.
Yeah.
Daddy said no.
Daddy said no. If you need help.
Okay, so we're no longer streaming, but we should be recording, so that's absolutely fine. I'm going to quickly put out a message on socials, and then we're going to play a quick game of Starfinder.
Don't worry, we have got some time left.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
I
Oh
don't
look,
want
I've got a
to
deformed mutant.
Oh.
That's not very nice.
Eat him.
Goes where it deserves. Recycling.
Protein recycler.
No one.
Corpse starch.
I don't
Corn
think
starch?
there's any percentage
before
of
you
that might be protein.
Necromunda.
So, in my first year at university, one of the modules we had was like, it's called Diagon Alley. Basically, the idea is to understand how to make environments and make them modular.
I think I remember you saying
Diagonally.
What did he say?
But because
think
some of
he
the
said
students have been a
diagonally.
bit like hatted
And then
about
I
it being
still
Harry
don't
Potter
understand
and
how he
related
ended
to
up
Harry
in
Potter.
Nocturne.
Yeah. I mean,
Make it make sense.
So many plot
The
holes.
course leader just
So
thought
many.
about changing the
Maybe it's
theme,
not
and he's going to
diagonally
change the
from his
theme to
location.
40k.
Oh.
So it's going to
go
be
in there and go, I want to go
environment
left.
of 40k.
That's-
And I really
Fucking
want it
what?
to be just like
Come
a
out in the
street
next
of bad
toilet.
40k
No.
buildings.
I can almost guarantee
Have
you
you
he's
heard
been
that Miriam
playing,
Margulies is like, why are you
Oh,
obsessed, you crazy
I really
adult?
wanted to play Dark Tide because it's multiplayer,
It's for
isn't it?
children.
Well, yes.
You haven't.
And
I don't. I'm gonna
I'll
get
have you
that.
know, we are, in fact,
I will
still
one day.
children.
Can we all play Dark Tide together?
It's 4-player, right?
What's
Are those
that?
two?
Basically,
40k multiplayer.
super
Dungeon
gory,
crawl.
lots of things coming at you. Swing, blood.
It's hack and slash
blow up.
multiplayer 40k.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm down.
Yeah, let's
I'm
make
not
Dark
sure about this
Tide.
crazy one, but
Are we right then?
right, so I put out a little post just saying we're on some tech issues, we're going to record the episode and put it out later, to which end then we'll just dive into us doing what we do and have a little game around the table. So,
I just got your message, Swiggity swag. I'll be out in a jiffy.
I'm going to go straight to the opening credits and then we'll go from there. Back on Absalom Station and well compensated. Ian reads the wrong thing.
Oh dear. What do you want to do, mate?
shit.
After finding their mark,
Who's
the
well
supposed
compensated?
Ysoki hacker G33, and realizing that not all may be as it seems, another party of hunters find and attack the Ysoki, leaving the party to choose whether to defend this person or not. In choosing to defend him, wanting to find out more information, the crew and new personality Roos enter into combat, and the party, after a rough battle, defeat this heavily augmented Vesk and their drow companion. The party, realising the hunters used a tracker in Calyx's datapad to track down and target G33, give Buddy, an uplifted bear and bouncer of the node, the datapad to take somewhere else. This leaves the party free to follow G33 to their safe house, located in the bot scrap salvage yards run by the Salvage Union. Unfortunately, the party aren't as quiet as they hoped, and they fell a tower of scrap, and an assembly ooze hones in on Roos as a new source of nutrients and technology. Once defeated, the party manages to make it to the safe house located in the floor of this scrapyard, where they ponder how they are going to talk their way around having not killed G33, or how they will convince Rena Constantine they have. G33 lets loose that they could transfer their consciousness to Protocol Phoenix, their drone. However, this would mean they would be less communicative in nature and potentially not as useful. And that's where we're going to pick up today. Hand over to you guys as you sit in this, and it is like a small rectangular room where there are just like machine parts and handmade tools, and you can see where they've clearly built and made things, and there's also maybe like a little pile of steel wool that's been collected as what was once a bed. It's clearly not been lived in for a while, but at some point must have been, like they said, where they woke up and where they began their reawakening. Hand over to you.
So, body or arms?
I think we should think about some other things as well as whether we kill our new friend here. Why am I speaking like you?
Terribly
Because he's got an infectious personality.
I have just thought about a thing that I think is relatively important to our lying plan.
Go on, do tell.
Calyx and the datapad. We were obviously going to say something stupid along the lines of Calyx being mugged. But what if they just go, oh, here you go, here's another one. And we just have to say, oh, thank you, yes, I'll keep that somewhere very far away from me.
I mean, it could be potentially to our benefit. Like, if we
You get-
know for a fact that it's tracked, then we can try and use it in a way that shows the way.
the scent.
Yeah.
So to speak.
So
I mean,
we
there's
were
nothing
mugged
to
by
say
a
that
bear.
you can't
Not necessarily a
remove
bear.
the tracker or
A
something
group of
and
youths.
put it on something. I mean, I don't know. I could just take the data pad off.
And this again, it's a if, isn't it? It's an if and a but. It's a very good if and a but to think about, but we're dealing with a lot of uncertainty, and I think we just have to sort of.
No, but we are sticking with the story that they were mugged.
I think it's a simple enough lie that we could probably get away with it.
So what was the description of the mugger? Because I don't want to say, I took the money and I wasn't actually with you guys until the
Gang
end.
of hooded youths.
Gang of
I
dudes.
think maybe yeah, if we say that it's in and around the node, and maybe Buddy just found it and took it somewhere. I don't know where he's taking it, but I mean, there's the potential that someone else may have seen something. I don't know.
Could have even been that you dropped it during the kerfuffle.
Oh yeah, that's better. And then someone's
might
just found it.
Yeah, and been like, oh, I'll pocket that, sell it on the black market, and off it goes.
There you go. I'm happy with that.
Fabulous skeletons happy. Oh, one for the books.
G33, this mauled Ysoki of mottled fur and just sickly looking with augmentations and organic parts, kind of looks at you towards you like, since I can make you a new one. It's not hard to make a data pad.
No, but I mean, if I just turn up with a new data pad, they're going to be like, "Oh, where did you get that?" And
Oh, we got it for you. They got it. They would have got it for you because I have no money. But you could say that they got it for you so that you wouldn't be out of communications when we were on the job.
Data pads are quite essential.
There you go.
Very easily.
Yes, and then they won't feel inclined to give you a new one. They'll have to come up with a better lie.
Realistically, Kaz, theoretically, could you have made a data pad?
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. Kaz made you a new data pad
okay,
because he's techie.
So we need to, for want of nicer terminology, we need to use our new friend before we delete his body.
What?
Is that, if
Not
I'm going to make you a data pad, it'll
He
take
needs-
about 3 hours.
How about if I helped?
Roll me D8.
I mean, we're having a rest here anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
So-
And yeah, we're going to say this is all taking place during
During
the 8
the
hours
rest.
long
Yeah.
rest, while you guys kind of decide what you want to do. 4. Cool.
4.
It'll take
I
about,
really thought you were just doing this.
it'll take about 2 hours.
Okay.
With,
Helpful help.
Helpful help, yes.
I should be able to find enough parts here through Protocol Phoenix to easily make you one that's as good as.
Say we take your body. How, like, are you still you if you transfer your consciousness into something else? I mean, you're already controlling the Phoenix and stuff.
And there is like a furrow to like the last of the eyebrows that's there underneath this exocortex. I guess what is me is now data. Protocol Phoenix can't communicate, but my data is transferable to Protocol Phoenix. That was the point of them. Same with Beta 4. I could transfer my consciousness to them, but Beta 4 is more amenable to tasks, work, function. Protocol Phoenix is a last resort. I would be less useful to you as I am, but would also still contain all the data that I have. I am happy to do so if it clears us all and we can potentially work together, but you might need me for a little bit longer. You mentioned a ship. If you need me to change the data transference of the ship, and if you need me to...
Yeah, you wanted information, and that can't
And also
be
information.
can't be got from here, can it?
Is your conscience transferable from Phoenix to perhaps Beta 4?
If Beta 4's still there, potentially, but my protocols when up top is breached is to burn all of the hard drives. It would take some repairing
Okay.
to have a hard drive in Beta 4 to...
The robot that we followed.
Is it unheard of to put consciousness into a ship?
It is possible.
Is it not?
Fuck Steve off.
Can two AIs work in tandem?
They could be melded together. I mean, all AI is data and programming.
But that's just saying that you're basically an AI now.
It's already data.
Aren't we all? I guess, to a way. You're just meat machines.
I'm a
now
meat
just more
machine. Yes.
Meat.
That's poultry machine to you.
Sorry.
Just a crude Fresca joke.
I am happy to do so if you need my body as proof, but I would not be able to carry out the tasks of myself while in Protocol Phoenix.
Well, I mean, we could just take your arms and... I mean, you're pretty good at talking and stuff, so...
I don't think the arms will be enough.
Well, why would you want to do this?
I want in. There is power, danger.
But what could you gain from it if you don't have your body?
The truth. I woke up here, and he like looks to the ceiling of this compartment in the floor that you're all in. I know of pain. There are others like me. I've seen them in my data banks. But there is power, there is danger there. I know that there is something that could destroy millions of lives here on Absalom Station and cannot be let loose.
For your endgame, if we find it, what will you do with that information?
I do not know yet. Information, however, is power. If we can get it to the right people or the right groups, then maybe they can take down this threat. Maybe they can stop any of Dynatech's illegal activities or off-the-books activities. There's a lot of blank data where there should be data when trying to get into their systems. Stuff that I can relate to, missing data. But you said that you wanted data. In time, if you can upgrade Protocol Phoenix, if my consciousness is in there, I can act as a hacking agent. Or if you can find a exocortex strong enough to hold or house an AI or a...
I mean, what if we managed to get B4 back?
If Beta 4 hasn't been completely fried, then yes, I could transfer into them. Or I could interlock with your ship's AI, or we can purge the AI and I can take its place.
Or possibly genius, possibly way too convoluted. Tell me, if we turned up with your body as techie engineering people, which I would probably, Scalcon would probably know, Emily doesn't, how you could possibly kill. If we're saying that your conscience is an AI, could we destroy it without destroying the physical body? If we just took the body with no damage, would that create questions, or would they accept that?
Well,
Well, no
a few
extra.
hits in the fight anyway, didn't you, chap?
I mean, there is. If he removes his consciousness from his body, he doesn't need his body anymore. We can do stuff.
No, but my idea was if we don't, we could ask, show, proof, there you go, test, he's not there, is he? Great. I've got a use for this, can I have it?
I do not think Dynatech will give up my body
Especially if it.
so
would
easily.
be considered,
If he's an experiment, then
it would be
One of
considered
many.
property, I think.
And they like
Throw
twitch
that out the window.
as like one eye like closes and they're like, there are many more like me taken, I believe, from Akaton and experimented on and turned into nothing but drones, workers, a workforce that no sentience of their own. I mean, like taps the exocortex or controlled. Just meat and machine, acting as machine.
So at the moment you have a free will, and will you still have one? If you don't have your body.
I believe my consciousness, my Ysoki brain is now data, but they are one, and if it transfers, I should be the same. That was what Protocol Phoenix was built for.
How long
Rising
would
from the ashes?
Beta 4 take if, say, we went there now, we got them, we brought Beta 4 back here? How long to get it back up and running?
It depends on if the organic matter within the SRO, they are a synthetic robotic organism. They still have a biomatter, essentially a motherboard, that needs to be intact. If it's not, then a new one has to be grown, and that can take a long time. Or bought, but they're not cheap. However, this place run by the Salvage Union sometimes trade in UPVs. They're a good exchange for it, and they also sometimes have bigger finds.
Can I please have a very brief overview of where they might be and what it is?
As in, like this.
Beta 4.
Cool. So Beta 4 was a droid that these guys followed. They were talking to Roos and another member inside of the node where you guys went down to when you were off with D. Then these people followed this robot out the back, but there wasn't a back, and it was like an illusionary door.
I remember the door, okay.
Yeah, so essentially he was the contact there, but actually the Beta 4 turned out to be an SRO being controlled by...
So like humanoid-ish?
humanoid in shape, but is basically a robot.
So where would they be now?
They were back in the Comtech repair shop, which was disused, and they basically powered up and down into an alcove in the...
where we had the fight, basically.
Yeah, next to the node.
So would it be difficult to go and retrieve it?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Not
Like, it
massive.
took us like an hour to get here.
The problem is that Dynatech now know that I was working there. I imagine they have people there. And
Fucking Dynatech.
Even though we've killed their people. There's two people. they would have had a chance to communicate back.
No, but the tracker was still there. We killed the people and then got rid of the tracker.
I mean, I wouldn't know. You could try. I'm not really inclined to go back. They can't find me here. They shouldn't be able to find me here. But you can, if you want to, or we can part ways, or you can split my consciousness and send it different places.
How?
I'd rather not have you kill me, though.
It just seems so stupid to like jump sides and then almost kill you.
It's a sticky situation.
How bad was the physical damage to the droid?
The droid wasn't even in the fight. He was powered down.
No, but when I burn the hard drives there, they are part of that. It depends how far that program got.
I think it comes down to I think it has to be your choice. What you are most comfortable with. It is, at the end of the day, your body and your mind.
I don't want to make that decision.
I mean, if we transferred you to Phoenix, could we later transfer you to Beta 4? Or a similar individual?
Yes.
And you'd be as you would be if we transferred you now.
Yes.
But we'd be faced with the dilemma of killing another being unless we found a dead body.
It would have to have the potential to store digital information rather than electromagnetism pathways.
Where would you rather be? Would you rather be mobile?
He did say that. He said he'd rather have his own
Body.
to be more useful.
Yes, but at the same time, I am now trapped in this body, in this place, until I.
You still have a choice.
If you could
And he looks to you.
I want that one.
No, it's if taking my physical form will satiate the beast and give you guys freedom to move about, I can wait in Protocol Phoenix or in your AI or in wherever you need me to be. But until you find a way to then re-access my consciousness and be able to communicate with it, I will be less useful to you. But maybe you get to keep your home and your friends if you take this part of me.
You don't even know me, so...
And there is a faint smile. We're just property.
No, I don't think we do all this to just help property. I think we do this if worth something, someone.
What do you need? Why? What's your goal?
To not to be killed by Dynatech. And I think we have a very similar goal, Philip.
Do you mean outside of what's going on now?
Yes. You asked for information.
I want information on Keydale. I want information on who might run secret organisations there.
Okay. Even as Protocol Phoenix, I can be hardwired into infospheres, and I can begin to pour through data and try and find my way into systems. Or, in the drone form of Protocol Phoenix, I could be used again as an aid. Or, before I take my consciousness into wherever you need it to be, we try and hack and get the information in. I don't have the computer that I had back in the contact repair shop, but any terminal should do. It'll just be a bit harder.
This is a selfish question, but do you have any information on the whereabouts of one Deckard Prior?
Not personally, but I can find out.
To be continued.
Where was this guy on the first adventure? You would have given me great sound bites, not like this lot.
Did he work for the company too?
He was on floor 184 with me, and then he shot me in the back.
Bastard.
And because of him, I lost a very close person. Several close people, but one amongst many was particularly close.
Is that person alive? How do you know?
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh God, no. Saw it with my own eyes. Well, they didn't have any eyes by the end of it. Anyway.
This is this creature
Stop.
that's living up in the floor, isn't it? Or being AI.
Death.
It's not an AI or...
Magic.
I suppose I'd like to ask, I don't know, if you have any information on void creatures.
So I can try and find out.
I'm just guessing that maybe is what this is.
You said
Basically, we're not getting anything now.
No, I
not here. But if I am able to get to a terminal, I can adjust your ship as you see fit. I can change records. I can do what I need to do to aid you. And this, you mentioned, and like, you think back to when he was showing you on the screens that he could bring up like news reports and things just like by accessing the computer with his mind. Things like the orb. In footage that didn't make the news, but he had. And this same magic item that I have seen on that floor.
So the order of events, I know, TJ, that it's really important that we do go back to Dynatech and plead our case. But it seems like we either get our information before we do that, or none of us are going to get it for an indefinite amount of time.
I say we go back to the ship first.
I agree.
I mean, we could take your consciousness to the ship and see if Steve is willing to share space.
There was something that we needed doing to the ship, like erasing, so we could escape, basically.
Well, if...
Sugar Daddy's on the
Yes, Sugar Daddy!
Oh,
Shit.
Yes!
Oh, no!
It is
All
fate.
aboard!
no, because all I
Bing
can see
bong.
is someone in tiny shorts.
The
with a
transponder.
police cap.
I can change the transponder details and the
Yeah.
information of the ship. We'll even right down to personal effects, like changing how you want the AI to sound, or
This is all assuming I'm welcome aboard your ship.
Oh, hell yes.
Ah, cool.
No,
Thank-
Is that something you want to do?
I mean, sure.
I know we've only
I ain't got no family.
just kind of met, but
Yeah, it's a bit weird of me to be too presumptuous calling you family and all, but I think we'll get along. Would you have me?
yeah,
You
I think
seem...
so.
I mean, I'd like to learn some Solarian tricks from you, actually, so...
No, that's against our creed, but I'm sure I can find some. Yeah, I'm always playing.
I like the cut of your jib, son.
Well,
Straight to the point, eh?
alright.
Oh,
No, yeah, I'm sure we can solve it.
Yeah, could
No,
you...
it's alright, I'll go for about the Solarian teacher.
I
It's
could use
fine.
some of that sun.
Don't worry.
It's a bit cold in here.
if it's the ship, I actually can do more from the ship. With your assistance as the ship's AI, you would have control of my consciousness and your ship's AI, or you can purge the AI and have my consciousness. It would also mean that you could then purge my consciousness if you see fit, or you could, using your own skills and the whatever kind of technology you have with it, then use my abilities and my data to gain access to other systems. What I'm trying to say is mechanically you'll get a boost for hacking through your ship into infospheres and stuff
Cool.
Yeah.
think
that isn't
I'm
hardwired.
not sure.
having G33 on board the ship. I mean, if you went onto the Phoenix now, and then that could be a way of getting you to the ship.
Could even ask Steve if he wants to do a swap, and Steve could go into the Phoenix.
Steve could go into the Phoenix
Steve
if he
could
wants
go
to.
mobile.
Yeah.
What about Steve?
You don't want to be Dave. Don't let Dave
You
trick
haven't met Dave yet. Dave's hilarious. You're gonna love him. He eats our poo.
Oh god.
Don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
Try
Well, I am. Sounds delightful.
Don't swap with Dave.
All of this is doable. And I'm happy to do it for you. Dynatech have taken so much from so many people. I just want the truth out.
It's all doable without your body.
Yes. It just takes a little longer.
I was completely misunderstanding the entire situation. Someone else take the lead.
I mean, I also want the truth. I want to know what's happening. I want to know what's going on. I joined this company as one thing, and it seems to be something so much else to what I thought. And it scares me and it worries me, but I'd like to know.
And without, he's sort of staring at the floor when you say that. Where are the rest of the people that came with you? The rest of the Decimal?
I was the only one that came. Certainly on the ship I was on.
Were you?
Was I?
Think
I
so.
assume I was.
Can I do an inside check?
Yeah, sense motive.
Is that a last?
Would TJ know when they got their lovely flight, their lovely Decimar silk suits issued?
Yeah, so there was like an expose on Mercury within certain stationware, and soon thereafter, Decimar silk was found and then put into production on certain bits of armour and formal wear, and it was in and around that time, which is in and around the same time that Calyx was brought over from their homeworld of Kashoria to work for
The
the
little
company.
poster boy!
On their own.
12.
Does it seem like he knows something but he doesn't want to say it?
You know, I'm just going to let you, because with the 12 I think that you can think what you want to think. They're clearly trying to lead to something, but maybe don't have the courage to say it.
Then I'd ask not only for void creatures, but if there are others, where they are.
It's probably the right question.
In the dungeon!
In floor 184, having a path leads us both there.
Shit. Alright then.
You are like me, but not like me.
I don't know what I am. I think that's what I want to know.
For the new Ysoki workforce,
What is that?
I do not know.
Exactly. And I want to know. And I want to... I just want to be me.
You are you.
Yes, but not really, am I? Because I'm...
Property.
But you chose your own name.
Fucking
They gave us the illusion of it, and it's not even my name.
Pick a new one.
Yeah.
If you don't like it.
I love this game.
I don't know. I'm just...
It's got some really serious Jedi chicken too.
I love this game.
No, I thought I was choosing wisely, and now I'm not so sure.
You can't be held accountable for our past, but you can choose forwards from here.
And to be fair, getting a brand new spanking consciousness to choose their name right off the bat is maybe a bit irresponsible.
I would say that whenever you decide to go after the orb, I would like to get to that floor. I would like to stop whatever's there. And I want to know...
But you need your body to do that.
I can take protocol physics. I would still be aware of my surroundings and be able to act. I just...
Can we get that rifle leg working?
I'm afraid not.
Shit.
How about we get you into Protocol Phoenix? And then we take your body to Dynatech, we figure a way forwards, and we introduce you to Steve.
I think maybe Phoenix ship Dynatech.
Yes, sorry.
Phoenix ship Dynatech.
I would say as well, when you leave this room after I transfer my consciousness to Phoenix, you could either sneak past the fence and go around the front of Box Scrap, or go back the way we came, but I would advise to go around the front to make it look as if you were a mere passerby.
But we're going to be dragging your body.
Many mercs,
Hopefully not
hunters.
dragging too much.
Not, and you know it's not an uncommon sight to see like a body on the ground in like the lower levels of Absalom Station, where people are either just murdered or they die, or there are like protein recyclers in the wall that you find a body.
Shove a body in.
Yeah, and station security just go and clean them up. They're like, and they go to the protein recycler. And it's essentially a large version of a Dave, because a Dave is a protein recycler that is for home use or for ship use. So, yeah, a protein recycle is quite literally a chute you put a body in, or any kind of biomatter.
How big can we make one of those?
Sorry, say that again?
How big can we make one of those?
Well, protein recycler.
Yeah.
Huge.
Can we make one big enough to eat Dynatech?
The building itself is not biomatter. And, like, he takes it dead seriously, like everything you say.
I
There's
think
like,
you actually want one of the jellies out there.
How can we make that big?
At some point?
I've never thought about them being bigger.
Just put one of they in Dynatech.
A really large jelly.
How about, children, we just get a shuffle along, because we've been here a good old while.
I've got the plan, Phoenix ship Dynatech, but when we do the Dynatech, going and lying is different from going up to the floor.
Well,
Yeah, no.
Step by step.
It's a different floor.
This
We'd
is
be
an
going
end
back
game.
to the
We're
head
not
of
planning
security.
this
We're not doing this
We're not
immediately.
going to the floor. We're going to head of security in return.
Yeah.
So, over the course of this conversation, the 8 hours, Kaz and G33 end up working on like a data pad. I'm going to let you skin it however you want, because it's going to be for you anyway. So you can put it to a character aesthetic, but it is made of things that are from Junkyard and from salvageable parts that he sends out Protocol Phoenix to go and get every now and again. And but it's a fully working as standard data pad. So
I mean, I'll happily have it look quite like at a first glance, it looks like a normal datapad, but the more you look at it, the more like it looks a bit off-brand. It looks like there's some wires going on. Like it looks like it's come off Temu or something.
if you make a circumstance bonus, you'll get a +1 to computer skills. I don't know why you're rolling.
I know, I don't know. Just have it.
Didn't you
So-
say make a circumstance bonus?
So basically, circumstance bonuses. Anytime they use their datapad to make a computer check, they will get a +1 to that check.
computers.
Why is that? Is it because you're a
Because
girl?
me and GT3 are good at what we do.
I rolled a check for him. He rolled that 20. So
Oh, cheeky.
deserves a little,
Some boys.
Sank.
a little science.
I hate that so Sank.
bonus when
If you go into your skills,
using,
you can
I'm
literally
just
put
writing
in
it
plus-
down.
+1 there. Yeah.
Bonus.
The 8 hours obviously pass by. You can sleep as you need to sleep. Nothing seems to be disturbed. Is there anything that you guys want to achieve in this time?
Can I put that armor on?
Yes, absolutely. It takes about 10 minutes to don armor.
I'm gonna be. How long does Project Phoenix take to like start to finish? Basically, I'm just gonna be like, I gotta schedule conflict, and then I'm gonna take out of my bag like a rolled up copy of like Player Sprexer, and just be like, oh, I need it. Damn. Gonna be a minute.
I didn't know chickens had boobs.
There's some
Fucking
things I
chicken.
didn't know.
Yeah,
And
I'm very scared of
yeah.
magazines, so.
love it. That's funny.
Oh my goodness!
It's like a
Be the
tome.
janitor.
Yeah.
Pop in the scrolls.
But
Oh, marmalade.
over the course of the 8 hours, you guys can.
Playboy.
Space magazine.
He pulled out a porno mag
Space
and then
boy.
put his feet up and was just reading it while you guys were doing everything else.
Yeah.
But why marmalade?
It's a quote from Futurama.
Sorry, I'm full of quotes.
Doesn't things apparently.
But at the end of the 8 hours, Phoenix would G33 would be like, and he looks towards you, Kaz. He's like, there's like a jack socket here, which is like it's almost like a USB and a jack together. It makes like a weird omega sign, and he plugs a cable into it. This end, and he shows you on Protocol Phoenix that on the side of the chassis. No, it's literally like on the side of like the chassis.
Disturbing.
This is connection cable. All you'll have to do is monitor, and there's like a panel that you can flip over, and you'll see that like there's like you can see the data transference and everything like that. And once it's done,
How long does the process take?
an hour.
It's pretty good.
All you'll have to do is, and then he'll show you the program to like reverse it. If you end up purging your AI or wanting me to try and mix with that AI, then
I'll play close attention.
I am happy either way. And he'll show you the process of how to do that, so you don't need to make a check, basically. And you watch as they just lean back, their eyes close.
Just quickly, just before you lose consciousness or whatever, I know you're going into Phoenix and whatever, but can I tie a little silk ball onto Protocol Phoenix?
Of course you can.
It's like a little thing that we have, the great dark void that we believe in the cosmic web and everything interlinked, and I do believe you have a soul, even if you believe yourself property. We put these on those we care about just so that you don't lose your way, that you'll always be connected to the web and don't lose yourself. So just before you lose any consciousness.
And they don't say anything, but they look at you and they look at the little silk ball that you put on there. And then they lean back and close their eyes. And over the course of an hour, you watch as next to nothing happens. But Kaz, you watch that little screen as like data and like ones and zeros all transfers across. And then eventually, G33's body goes limp. And there's like a clatter of an arm on like maybe a bit of scrap.
You gonna eat that? That was a joke. That was a joke. Just getting to know you
Too
guys.
soon, man. Too soon.
Have you got a shot?
Got my work cut out.
This guy, eh?
Stay out of this.
No, I don't know.
I mean, it's mostly metal.
Shit.
I've eaten. Never mind.
Oh no.
I've eaten Stranger Things.
I'm just going to say the one thing is, while I do believe we should probably go to the ship first, how are we going to like explain that we've gone to the ship first and not taken the body back? Someone's going to see that we're walking around with this body. What's our...
Explain the Dynatech? Or?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, why were we going to the ship first?
Got to pick up stuff, haven't we? You know,
Just say
shower off after a long hard fight.
That's
It's not
true.
unreasonable.
There was no rush. We've no need to go in covered in gore and fight.
Exactly.
There's no time frame. If they ask, we say, "Oh, someone was wounded." Or,
Yeah,
you know,
needed to sort of
I
freshen up.
really needed the Dave.
There you go.
Okay.
Skelkon's got really attached to Dave. Can't go anywhere else now.
I really want to give this.
I know, that's what I meant, Skelkon.
Dave is quite somebody to meet.
Oh, you're gonna love Dave.
So you guys heading out via the front of Botscrap, are you...
What G said.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
So you're going to try... So I would like a group stealth check, please.
No.
Just as a note, I'm also
Roll,
putting my
roll.
Ysoki mask on for this.
When, by the way,
Oh, no.
disconnect that cable, Kaz.
Missed it.
Yep.
That's 20.
Protocol Phoenix, nice, not 20, basically stands up in this like canine-like way, and then like you watch as before it was quite bulky and everything. It still is bulky in how it looks, but it doesn't move in the same way that it did before. It now sort of like cocks this like camera angled, this camera head like that, which is very reminiscent of G33. And then you watch as they just kind of wait. However, when it's time to go, they will lead the way, and they
Oh, we can't all carry the body. It's just going to be cumbersome.
Who is carrying the body?
I don't mind.
I'm gonna have a look at my.
That's alright because I really don't think I can.
I definitely can't.
Are
Could
you
we
able to, Bruce?
What have we got, like,
I mean, I
instead
could
of
just
strength?
No,
put him on my back?
Ability to score strength, dex, con, intelligence,
Sorry.
wisdom, and charisma. Should be on quicken at the top.
So.
Slash 3. Well, that's not good.
That's why you're
enough.
definitely
Oh, yeah.
taking the
Roll
body.
stealth.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah, the stuff.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
Bruce is taking the body.
Bruce is taking the body.
yeah.
And they are quite heavy.
Mm.
A lot heavier than any Ysoki you've
Lot
met.
of metal.
Yes, exactly that. Whereas a lot of augmentations are like carbon fibre or they are quite light alloys, these ones are quite hefty and chunky and almost industrial grade kind of metals. You can sling the body over your shoulder and stealth, please.
Does it
10.
get easier?
24.
5.
23.
I didn't roll very well. I also missed my tray.
Miss your train.
Ray.
Oh, if it didn't roll in the tray, you can re-roll it.
Yeah, but if it's worse, I'm concerned for that. At the moment, I've got 9 plus 8.
That's pretty good.
17.
There you go. My brain wasn't working.
With a majority of passes, that's going to be a success. You are led to an area of the scrapyard where Protocol Phoenix points off towards a section of rubble, and they start to like shoulder barge a bit at the side, and you see a hole in the fence, and it's like one of those like cross wire fences. But this section has electricity turned off. There are no sensors. On your trip, you see no drones going to the sky. You see no patrols. You can hear like the murmurings of voices of people who either work there or people who have come to buy scrap or find parts. And eventually you leave and you can go around to the front of what is essentially a street, where at the front there would be a large scrapyard entrance which is made out of scrap. And it literally says bot salvage, and then it's got a symbol of the salvage union, which is a hammer over a screwdriver. And there is a small kiosk office. Just want to find a little thing on here. It's on this page. I remembered where it was this time. So, down here. This small office, its window is low down, 3-4 foot off the ground. So for anybody who's over 5 foot, they sort of have to like scoot down to get to where is essentially a talking hole. From that distance, especially the shorter members of the group, you can see a gnome sat in there.
Yes!
He's just reading player specs.
That must be a really good issue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pervert.
had jam and marmalade.
The
I'll
gnome,
take that.
Stick to your own kind.
This male gnome looks to be
Interracial.
hugely overweight and somewhere in their middle ages. They somewhat more resemble a bulbous miniature human with an elongated chin that wobbles with everything they do. They have a high, semicircular collared jacket of deep green that has clearly been patched up many times but is still on the cusp of falling apart. And under this they wear yellow, heavily stained and oiled dungarees over a grimy grey, thin, skin-tight top, which, again, looks like bread inside twine.
God, Nabwin let himself go.
But that's from a distance. You just see that behind the desk, as you guys can.
Disgusting.
But if you guys are making your way back to the ship, it's not going to take too long. You know, over the next 45 minutes, it would take to probably travel from this level of.
Bot salvage, like as in, you can buy one.
So it is essentially a scrapyard where people. Everything on Absalom Station and in the surrounding area is either recycled, repurposed, or reused. And the Salvage Union run that. And Bot Scrap is one of their salvage yards. So it is everything from starship parts to food machines, weapons, and they use things like assembly oozers, which will take in a piece of technology or broken stuff, and then they basically reformulate that into another piece of technology, which then can be sold. And actually, you can see that front office is a shop.
So it could be straight up buy Geeky a new body.
You would have to have the right parts, and that's the hard bit. Is finding, like, SROs themselves are like actual sentient organisms, so that's essentially a really high-end tiered computer. Probably, unless you're really lucky that somebody's thrown something out or another SRO has died there, you're gonna have to be really lucky to find it. Otherwise, you don't know what this particular place might have on offer for sale, but the Salvage Union makes money off turning scrap into reusable technology.
I don't suppose, like, where the other one was lost is, like, on the way to the ship.
Well, you guys have to go back up, because you would have known, because you indeed took the ship to Bay 28, which is where your other little shuttle is, and also, was away from Hangar Bay 4, which is where the Dynatech Bay is, essentially. You are in the spike currently, which is this big, long spike that hangs off the bottom of Absalom Station. You are further down in it than you've probably ever been, like any of you. And you will have to go back up through the levels. So if you wanted to make a detour on level 10 to go to Contech and or...
I don't think it would be a...
It could be a hot zone.
At the moment, the thing is, we've spent 8 hours down there. Dynatech will have cleared out.
That we do need to I think we can talk ourselves in circles. I really think we should just crack on at this point, and we can, if we look back, we don't know what's either way, but I am just very concerned that we are, time is ticking.
I'm aware that time is ticking, but I'm also aware that we have stolen someone's body for our own gain, and it does
Oh my
not
god, we have
sit
talked so much
right.
about it.
It does not sit right with me.
Well,
Oh,
I don't think it sits right with any of
no.
us. But this is the situation we find ourselves in.
I know, and I was just wondering if we might be passing the place for an easy solution. Clearly we're not, so we can go ahead.
The other thing is also, Geeky has also
Bruce,
said
for
that...
God's sake, man.
Sorry.
Geeky said that
Wait, what
he
was that? Put that back.
burned the hard drives.
Who are you?
And over time that would
Well, I had a
probably
minute.
wreck...
Not talk over Rolf Evo.
Sorry.
Geeky said that you burned the hard drives, right? Is that what you said, I believe? I think it's what you said.
But that, to me,
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Now it does, but I didn't know what fucking hard drives he was talking about.
So the
in
entire
the brain
concept
of
shop you
the
wouldn't have seen is just filled with hard drives that made up an entire supercomputer that they were using to hack into systems.
To me, that doesn't explain why the droid can't be used.
Because the droid was in that room, and if
and
the
it's
whole
also-
thing burns, then...
They have a hard drive inside their unit, which is basically their brain, but it's an organic brain.
I needed idiot explanation for that. That is clearly not an option.
I think
We may
we can
carry
go
on.
by there later. Maybe when things are quiet, just go back to the node, have a drink. But
The way I completely misunderstood it was that it fell down a hole, but otherwise it was fine. So, therefore...
no worries.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Back
we
to what
carry
we were
on
doing.
to the ship.
Yeah, to the ship.
Okay?
Phoenix on Steve.
And after about 45 minutes worth of travel,
No.
via either transport through regular corridors, lifts, stairwells, however which way you want to go, you eventually make it to Hangar Bay 28. Bay 28 is a pretty standard docking bay. It's very, very busy. There are ships coming and going constantly throughout the day and night. 24 hours, it's an activity, a hive of activity. And when you make it inside, Skelken can point out, but you can all see it apart from Roos, the Zephyr Horizon. Over to one of the sides where seems to be left alone. Maybe there's like a fueling rod that's been like disattached from it and you can see that it's recently been refueled or anything like that. But you're free to re-enter your ship, You can get close enough and unlock it. It's not a problem.
This your ship?
This is the one, Roos.
What a piece of junk!
So,
Well, you get a better ship then.
Have you got a ship?
It wasn't actually Roos.
That was Alex.
I mean, do you guys want to describe it for Roos, or do you want me to describe it for Roos?
Big old shit.
Do you know what?
it'll
I
be a-
genuinely imagine it like the Futurama ship. Genuinely in my head, I have something very similar to that in a different paint
shape
scheme
is
for
quite similar.
legally distinct reasons.
If you literally had that ship and Thunderbird 2
Yeah.
smashed together, that's basically it. So
Yeah.
it's what's called a scout vessel or a beta scout vessel, and it has a bridge right at the front of it where most of the crew would sit. It then has a longer neck, and then it comes out into a wider section that leads towards the engines. Essentially, it looks like the head of a Geralt spear, essentially, but without being as thin.
It's
Yes, it's that green one up there.
Hey.
For podcast listeners, you can check that out on our socials and stuff. But for Alex, yes, up there is the one
Well,
I've been
the
using
gold
as,
staff weapon description.
Chef Hawaiian.
and yeah,
We should actually get it on the table.
I mean, we can do it if you so want to.
Unless you've got
So
a
we
fat
can
on
do
that
a lot of.
plan.
For now, it's fine.
Ah.
Maybe this is the back.
We're gonna do the landing.
They're
Thunderbirds are good.
Is
Pringles.
Wow,
Find the
courtesy
food.
of spinach bites, Tiffin.
There you go.
Yeah.
You and the sugar daddy. The namesake of the future ship.
So it's not the only one of its kind. There would be other ones of these either out in the Armada, which is this fleet of ships that surrounds Absalom Station, but it's yours. You guys technically found it, crewless, and
Yeah.
have claimed it as your own.
Who named it anyway? It doesn't.
we
need a name.
came pre-named.
Exactly. Therefore,
New name.
I'd like to make sure that we cause as little attention as possible. As we're getting there, I am
Right.
keeping an eye out if anyone's like clocking us. Or...
Perception check, please.
Especially
no
with,
whips and latex then.
Geeky's body upon Roos's
Yeah,
shoulder.
sort of.
And again, nobody is questioning that because,
It's usual.
yeah, so like, mercenaries, starfinders, security, stewards, unfortunately, bringing a body back as proof is actually quite commonplace for certain things, or maybe they are unconscious, maybe you're going for medical aid. People aren't screaming like, oh my god, they've got a body!
15.
15? Seems clear. Nobody's really paying you attention. Most of them seem to be merchant vessels coming and going with stocks and supplies and refueling. You'll probably see like a couple of starfinders getting into like a really rinky-dink shuttle, and it's just like, oh, that's screwed. It's
Are you joking? I accidentally rolled and it was a 20.
nice.
That's what you
Save
never
it
roll
for the next roll.
Yeah.
You would see your little green shuttle as well, and it's probably parked close by. I imagine that you would have moved it close enough by. But yeah, you guys are free to do as you wish.
Get on.
Yeah, cool. You
Take a space shower.
quite easily gain access. You can have a contact steel, or you can open it yourselves. And inside is this relatively large. You come in through the back entrance, has like a ramp that comes down, Roos, and you go into what is essentially the cargo bay, but is also the engine room at the same time. So the cargo bay itself is the lower half of this entire space, and is a huge, it's like 20 by 40 foot area that things can be stored or kept. So you probably see that like it's being restocked recently. There is a small white cylindrical 3-wheeled Hoover, essentially the size of 2 foot tall bin going around just. And this is here, and that's there, and then this is here, and just seems to be not quite cataloguing things, but like there's like crates of food and stuff, and they're just.
Is this Dave? Steve.
This is our resident Dave.
I heard you
Dave?
eat shit.
Dave, say hello. Hello.
Like this, it turns on the spot. It's like,
Got a minute?
you're home.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Hi, Dave.
Dave,
I'm
this
Bruce.
new.
Hello, Bruce. I am Dave.
Roos will be joining us on our adventures going forth.
Steve, I assume you're
Don't
hearing
give a
this.
shit.
and there would be a voice that comes over.
Look.
Welcome home.
Thank you. Yeah, new crew, two new crewmates actually. The Roos, Mr. Roos. And,
Hello, Roos.
Hello.
Uh,
Do I know who it is?
Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
and I point to Phoenix. New, well, sort of AI, but
We didn't.
AI for now, I suppose.
What he'd
I-
like to be called.
Yeah.
Geeky.
G33. Would you rather be called G33 or Phoenix or
Can't communicate right now, Codex.
Nod if you
Not-
want to be your called G33.
Phoenix?
Can he not even do this?
It can, but it doesn't.
Care.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would give you a sense of I want a drone, but I mean,
Hey, I think Phoenix works. It's like rising from
It's
the
sort of-
ashes.
nods and then does that. Best
Okay.
it can do.
We'll work it out.
Steve, this is Phoenix.
Hello, Phoenix. You have acquired a drone. How useful?
It's sort of drone.
We have a bit of a tough question, Steve.
I imagine this happens as you kind of are walking through the ship. So you come through the cargo bay, and then up high you can see these two engines that come out the back of the ship, and they each have their own engine drives for essentially drift travel. And then they are up on a balcony. There's a small elevator that can be led up to a door, which then goes through, as these guys are all chatting to Steve and going through all of this, that leads into a galley. It is in a minute we'll just show you. We're trying to describe it. So you would be led through into a galley where there's a proper Millennium Falcon style circular chair over to the right. There is a whole cooking area of there is, rather than just rations and a heat box, it is a cooking area where you can get fresh water or recycled water. You can get a refrigerator. You've got a pull-out stove, things like that. It's basically a full working kitchen. After that, you are led through to what is essentially crew quarters, which it's a room that leads to the bridge, but it is an ammo locker, a toilet that acts as a shower as well, and then the bunk beds that are the basic crew. And you would know that exploratory vessels, unless they're of a larger size, this is probably pretty standard. And then you're led to the bridge, where, welcome aboard, Captain. You would hear over the sort of comm unit, and the bridge itself has these 5 seats of different stations. And again, being part of the defence teams and stuff and your history, not unfamiliar territory to be on a ship like this, especially an exploratory class, where you can see a science officer station, a captain's station, pilot station, and then whatever you guys need it to be. And yeah, it's a case that while you are here, I guess at this point, it's really Steve, got a difficult question for you.
Have you ever shared your AI space with another AI?
I've never shared my my data with anybody, but
Do you think it's possible?
yes,
And would you be willing?
I am yours to control.
Is it possible to make sure that you two stay separate? You can share your space, but
Perhaps some firewalls or something.
You would have to remove one of us. You could store us on a
floppy disk.
a drive, which you could keep to hand, or you can put me into another computer capable. Have you found another AI that could suit you better?
It's not suiting better. Just we now have one.
Have we actually asked Steve's capabilities of finding data?
Yeah.
I don't think any
If
of
it
us have asked
makes it
Steve.
easier for you, I have no emotions. I am nothing but data.
Andy.
It's all right. We've got another one.
It's more of a case of just keeping a consciousness safe for a while, Steve. The other option is that you could take a holiday in this droid if you wanted to for a little while.
Do you want to be mobile?
But Geeky did say they wanted to go when we went.
That
into
is
the room.
true.
But we can do swapsies.
If you wish to switch the AIs, this is not a problem. You could quite easily put me onto one of the data banks, then remove it from the mainframe in the engine bay, and then you could quite easily install the new AI.
You are right, though. G33 did say they wanted to come with us, so maybe not swapsies at the moment, but
Didn't they want to come with us for when we do the floor 184?
yeah.
Yeah, I imagine
they
it's
want to
not
be
like a simple riskless procedure, just swapping consciousness.
I mean, he's talked to you about it, hasn't he, Kaz?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident I know how to do
I mean,
it.
you can all give me a computers check right now.
Wow. That's good.
25.
Also 25.
Oh, wow.
6.
I didn't get
18.
25. I'm not loading. Oh, as soon as she says that. 9.
Okay, anybody over 15? I mean, Steve literally is a ship AI. He is data that basically answers your questions for you if they have the capability. They are just given a voice for the sake of being given a voice, but they're not sentient, they're just...
Programmed.
Yeah, exactly. So you could just take them out and then put G33 in. So when you say switch consciousness, it's not really switching a consciousness for Steve,
Yeah.
but for G33 it is.
It's
Because
we
that
should-
is their thing. However, they could occupy this space
Yeah, but
and you could switch them out again.
Yeah.
But
there would be a risk.
not of losing G33, but it's more a case that they will have more emotion, or they might have more control. So, not really control over themselves, really. If you were like, Steve, do this, Steve will just do it. If you're like, G33, do this, they'll be like, are you sure? Or they might question you, or they might, if they don't think it's the right course of action, they might not follow your order.
Yeah.
That's the risk, really. It's how much, do you want them to have access to your ship?
So that was genuinely not what I meant. Like, I thought there would be risk to G33 for us just blindly swapping him in and out of bodies to suit our needs.
He is also essentially just data, but he has a consciousness that comes with it.
And you did say, well, if we upload him, he can do more here for us now. We can pop him into Phoenix when the time is right to
guys
go
want
and deal with the floor.
Do a little swapsies then now.
So Steve doesn't have the capabilities of finding answers to the questions that everyone's asked.
Not a hacking computer. It is quite literally a ship aid, whereas G33 could act as a ship aid and also as their own
Where's
systems.
the drive? Steve.
Steve is like, we'll take you through the process of how to deactivate him and to put him onto one of the data banks and how to store them.
Seems
I think Kaz has spent a lot of time recently thinking a lot about people's feelings.
And now he's
and he was
fuck
like,
it.
I'm a fucking computer engineer. It's an AI, it's data.
But he's got
Steve,
a
yes, no worries, mate.
name.
Come on out.
Awesome.
The name of voice is a thing.
With
Felix
that,
has become
we're
a
going
coming
to
back down
take
to
a
earth.
10-minute break, which actually, to be honest, we can take as long as we want now because we're not live. Because I desperately need a wee. YouTube will be back in about a second. Twitch, you're not even live, so joke's on you. And podcast listeners, we'll be back after this short message from who wants to do the ad read this week. Not that you know who it's going to be. I just, somebody put their hand up and say "I," and I'll put your sound. This quick read from Jack.
Yep.
So you guys, as a party, have decided that maybe there's something in the things that G33 has said, and maybe they can find information for you, but you are hired to kill them. And now you have to cover up that you haven't. Not only was another hit team sent along to kill G33, whether that was Dynatech or it was a personal thing, you don't know. But they're dead, you're alive. Maybe bounty hunters just had an argument over the corpse. Who knows? That's for you to decide. Whenever you decide to return back to Dynatech Industries with the proof you've completed what you've already been paid for. Minus Roos, who is a new member of the party, who
Oh yeah, am I doing this for money?
wasn't tasked with finding at this mark, but had gone to join them because it was a job potentially on offer. So that's up to you again, how you're going to deal with that situation. But you decided, with G33 putting their consciousness into Protocol Phoenix, to take them back to the Zephyr, where Kaz has now taken Steve's AI out and uploads G33 into the mainframe. And he is part of the ship now. As we watch, as there's a moment when you take Steve out and you begin the transferring process, and it's quicker to transfer to the ship because the computers are better, and you're in a place where the facilities are better. The ship almost powers down and emergency backup comes on, and then you watch as all the automatic system checks begin to happen around. Thank you. This is
Strange.
unique.
I love how he's still twitching.
It's just me thinking about the character. You're watching like one of
The entire ship twitches.
It's got one little strobe light going in the
My
kitchen.
leg itches.
Guys, we are really going to have to change that lighting.
I get you, but the
The whole ship.
yeah.
You'll get to fly now. That could be fun.
Well, you will be flying, or you can ask me to, or control me to. It's very strange. What is it that you need me to do, however, from here?
Change logs. Change the
Change
history
the
of this ship.
Very easily done. And what would you like in its place?
Well, at the same time as saying low profile, we did seem, not jokingly, to come up with the name Sugar Daddy. Is there a world where the name Sugar Daddy doesn't draw attention?
You know, in Kill Bill,
How
when it's
about-
Buck's truck, and it's
How about it's just SD? And that we know.
The SSSD.
The SSSD.
the solid state drive. This is your chance to. I said this to you off camera. You have a chance now to. You don't have to do it right now, but customize the Zephyr Horizon to now be whatever you want it to be. You can change its appearance. I will allow you to go in and change systems and change things while you're here on Avstom Station. A place where you can look at the shipbuilder and go, actually, we don't want this particular bay, we want this one instead. Or, I don't want this weapon, I want to see if I can switch it out for a tactical nuclear missile launcher. It's all possible things.
Did you say that with the turrets and stuff that we did not need to think about ammo?
Correct. Ship ammo is not a thing you need to think about for basic weapons like that. There are missiles which focus on target lock that will say 5, but then they'll have a recharge essentially where after a certain amount of gameplay time, they automatically, you don't need to go and buy ammo for them essentially.
So are we in this much of a time crunch that we can't go out and buy things for the ship?
I would rather that we did shopping after we do this.
If we can settle the Dynatech account, as it were, then we have a little bit more time to play with.
I'm not gonna
Also
lie,
more
I'm
money,
really
right?
nervous and I'd really like to get this sorted and do shopping afterwards. I don't like nervous shopping.
And another question I thought about. Well, I'm not going to say when.
Which then tells us when you thought about it.
The other crew, are we just pleading ignorance that we never met them? The mercenaries.
I don't think that we could possibly do that. I think maybe the best course of action would be to say that they interfered with our mission, got to shooty, and
They were
Put us in
hostile.
danger?
They were hostile towards us,
and so
as
we
we
defended
were
ourselves.
trying to take the bounty, but the Vesk was determined to take the bounty and became hostile towards us.
So put him down.
As far as we're aware, we don't know that they were from Dynatech.
Yeah, we just
just thought
assumed
they
there
were
were two other
someone-
bound just here. They were just interferers.
And they could have been from the other side if they were attacking us.
I don't think we need to overcomplicate it.
No.
Just-
because it's quite clearly there's two groups of people hired to kill G33, and we were on the job, and they came along and wanted to do the job as well. So naturally, there's some conflict there. And anyone who knows anything about mercenaries knows that that's just natural.
I'll let anyone else do the talking.
Can I, just while we're here, drop off 22 salads and my knife in my own locker?
Fucking salad.
In the time that, like, you've done the consciousness, I've eaten one more salad.
Can I share the burden here? Because the shop thing, all I wanted to do was go stock up on rations. I'm just worried that we might have to leave in a rush, and then we'll have no fucking food again.
Do you think it's reasonable that Skelcom probably would have done that?
Yes.
With their downtime.
Yes, absolutely reasonable that you would have done that with your downtime. So we can
buy 100 rations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Or you can buy like
stock the
supplies to
kitchen. When
cook
did this
food,
happen?
or it doesn't have to be rations because there is better food available.
Buy lots of food.
That's cool. We can go over that.
Okay.
Let's just say take off 50 credits, and then you can ask for that back off these guys, and that'll probably be like, a full complimentary on your ship, which will be, 6, 7, 8 weeks worth of living.
Oh, we're gonna have to get TJ a new camera because all those cooking shows have got.
We are going to have to start our own cooking show.
Yeah. Oh, point of order. My Ring of Whispers.
Yep.
I've uploaded the 5 names in, and just so you know, it's my actual designation: Geeky, Cassie Cato, Calyx, and the cat reporter that we met.
SL running.
That's the one. Yeah.
Remind me again what the Ring of Whispers does.
Whispers. It stores. Let me find it. Hang on.
Everyone bought cool shit, and I was just like survival.
So the Ring of Whispers. It's a simple gold band that helps you when you hear specific names are spoken. It can be attuned to recognise up to 5 proper names known to you, such as specific people, places, or things. It cannot be attuned to words that are not used as proper names. Attuning a Ring of Whispers to a new name takes 10 minutes. If the new name exceeds the 5-name limit, oldest attuned name ceases to be attuned. Also gives you a +5 insight bonus to hearing-based perception checks and sense through hearing with a range of 60 feet.
I'm sorry, I did not understand what that does.
Is that a good shit?
Yeah.
She can just listen into. Sorry, he can listen into surrounding conversations.
So if I
with
hear the
particular
names in 60 feet, I like.
It listens for the name, not the person.
I need to write that down. Okay, so
Is this a new purchase?
it was one of the shop purchases. Yeah.
Very good.
So, to which end, by the way, if you have credits to spend, you can go through the items and stuff like that and spend your credits. I'm happy to say that in your downtime, you absolutely would have gone and found stuff. Hence why I said, like, when you came back in, like, you come back in with shopping bags and stuff.
I think I decided to save it because my sights were set pretty high, and
Probably.
my credits were not there yet.
So important thing about that as well is that it allows you to potentially hear a name being spoken a room away, even through soundproof glass, but not any other sound or conversations. But if the name is spoken, I'll hear it.
But nothing else
Give me those
surrounding
names,
it.
please.
Yeah. So my TJ's actual classification.
Yeah.
G33, Cassie Cato, Calyx, and SL running. Because I have a theory.
A theory like Cluedo.
Wait, wait.
Detective TJ?
It's on the... Oh my god, TJ needs to grow a moustache.
Oh yes.
The next.
Oh my
step.
god.
You just shave everything off except the fur there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like bald hamster cheeks?
Oh god.
Can
Okay.
you be like one of those dogs with the big eyebrows and big moustaches?
That's
Why
a really
head
good
terrier?
item.
It is, isn't it? Why do you think I bought it? Why do you think I spent my only money on it?
Does that mean like every passing moment where all those screens of all the news videos are on, it'll be like ding ding.
Well,
Data overflow.
that's not a person saying it, that's a machine that's saying it.
But a person is saying it through the machine.
They are. Still not.
Like when you said your impressions of the fabulous newsreader, whose name I don't know, but it sounds amazing.
Joji Corral.
That's a person.
That's interesting, and I'm going to dive deeper into that one away from here because I would take that as the retransmitting of sound. It's like looking at the Basilisk guys through a camera.
Through a mirror.
Yes.
So now would you say then that G33 is not a person?
But their consciousness has changed.
And it does say place, person, or thing next to
Yeah.
you, so as long as it's a proper noun.
I will dive deeper into that one. But either way, that's a very, very cool item. But you can easily stock up the ship, and G33 begins to they let you know, especially like that the systems all seem good, that everything seems normal for what they expect the ship to be, and then it won't take them too long to get to grips with the systems and all of their programming. You would, I imagine, tell them the same roster of the same roster of people for their positions, apart from Roos, who needs a position assigned to them for the ship.
We do need a gunner.
Do you need a gunner?
Hell yeah.
You suited to that kind of thing?
Yeah.
You say yes, even if you weren't.
You
I don't mean
say
to get
even though
penis.
you've got like your big melee weapons.
Yeah, I like to shoot things from time to time.
That magazine.
Oh my god.
We just made a wank joke.
Yep.
The titty guns.
You're hard.
What do you think it is? It's not a goddamn porn. It's the news. Play is Brexit. Play live news.
When you said
Neil
that,
Wag-
You're kidding yourself, buddy.
when you first said it, I genuinely thought you were talking about games.
Game.
And then I was
He's a
very
gamer!
Nope.
So when you said that we could like change stuff on the ship, you didn't mean buy better ship. You meant upgrade it ourselves.
Yes, but so mechanically, the starship has its own starship builder. This is a thing. It's like a character sheet, but you get a certain amount of build points, where you can basically take a system out. You'll get those build points back. You can then put those into something else, or like changing the systems over and stuff. It essentially means that you can look into what kind of systems you want and how to build it. It's kind of a Jack thing, really, to go and like look at the systems and everything like that, and to go, we should have this, 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 and this, and this, and what do you think is going to suit your crew better, and also what you think you're going to be doing. Every time you level up, your ship levels up. So your computer gains a tier. Your things like build points go up. Your everything else, core value, everything goes up every time you guys level up. It levels up with you. So, yeah, it's just a case that I pre-built it because it was somebody else's ship. It was built around their crew and their needs, and now you have the chance, especially while you're at Absalom Station, to be like, hey guys, can you take out the workshop and then put in a med bay? Stuff like that.
Can we say come back to this later when we've had time to look over it?
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys can take that, have a look at everything, and then we can talk about that off.
Does anyone else want to have a look?
Yeah, we need to have like some time to discuss.
Exactly, and that's definitely a sit around the table jobby and talk about how that all works and everything like that. But in the meantime, while you guys figure out what you want, especially things like aesthetically looking and stuff like that, and how you want things to be inside, you tell me what you're doing now.
Well, the plan was
Did you go
G33 was going to probably give us some information now, right? 'Cause
If you would like me to begin trying to infiltrate into Infospheres, I certainly can do that from here.
Skelcom will be arranging the foods alphabetically.
that was something we were going to do, wasn't it?
I mean, how long is that going to take?
I mean, I don't know, G33. I mean, how long do you think you'll... I mean,
It will take me a little
if you
time.
can get in.
That's the main thing, is getting in and to not be tracked doing it. They will have firewalls, they will have their own protections that I have to bypass, which is new again because whereas my previous data terminal had already bypassed those, I will now have to do it from a new terminal, which is this vessel.
Well, say if the worst happens and you get detected, I don't think we should be here on this ship. Which is why I think we should probably head to Dynatech now and hand in your body. I do trust that you won't
I
get,
agree.
but I just think from a logical stance.
Yeah, I will begin collecting as much information as I can, and I will make a check for that in a second. I'm going to write it down just to be safe. So we've got Kido. Did you want any information on anything?
I mean, everyone else has asked for things. I wasn't really there. I feel like I can wait my turn.
That's fine. It's just asking the entire crew if there's anything they would ask for. And G33 is like, if there's anything you would like me to find while I'm digging around, now is the time.
But you're still helping us do this whole thing, so...
Yeah, I'm finding it hard to separate like Emily from Sal.
That's fair enough.
We need to go to Dynatech, so that is what's on my mind
Yeah.
right now.
Decade. A prior.
Void creatures and other Decimar, like 2 separate requests. Void creatures and different Decimar that are on the station, and just all information.
So, I'm making these checks now, but this is going to happen over the next however long, because I will be making a check against a tier's computer.
Somebody's not giving their shit. Ian, do you have
And then I'll add some stuff to that afterwards. So,
charger? Do you have a charger?
yes, what particularly for?
USB-C?
Yes.
I've got
Does it wirelessly? Oh, no, because you've got a
I've
USB-C.
got an iPad charger you can use.
It's not USB-C, is it?
Oh, sorry.
Mine's got plenty of charge. You can use
I
mine.
thought it was an iPad.
Yes, we're also in.
Cool.
Thank you.
And you guys can begin making your way then with G33's body to Dynatech Industries.
We're taking it back to. I've forgotten her name.
Rena Constantine.
Rena, yes.
Okay, so
There's a thing here.
Head of defence.
head of the Dynatech defense teams. Reese, are you going with them?
This is our new
We
favourite.
should probably say, hey, we are going to go to Rena, head of defence.
Enjoy your
Considering that
magazine.
you're like ex-defence, is that going to
I mean-
cause a problem?
Out of
How did you leave
Would she know me?
Dynatech?
Yes, and you know of her. You've met in passing, but she is the head of the defence force.
perhaps it might be best that I stay here for now.
Okay.
Get myself acquainted with shit.
You and Rena have a bit of a history.
Yeah, she thinks I'm long dead. And if I pop up now, then it won't end well for everyone.
Well, in that case.
Yeah.
You've got some rather entertaining mags there. Why don't you just sit and take a chill?
Oh, you take them. I completed it, mate.
TJ's just gonna put one roll up and stuff it in the cheeks.
No!
This
Not
has
with all
come.
Not with all the
Pineapple?
photos of long lost family of the old members.
His little hoard box.
Peel them off.
Oh, the peel. Oh.
Well,
Yes.
so
For
Reese is
research purposes,
Reese
I
is going
don't
to stay
do any
behind
of
the
that
ship,
shit.
yeah? Or is there
Yeah.
anything you want to go and do off in the meantime? This is sort of your downtime now to kind of think about, which you can think about while we take.
I'll stand by the ship, figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my life. Yeah, I'll stay here.
I like
And-
how we've got this brand new
If you
ship
need-
that now we've installed a new AI and we've got a new party member. We're just leaving these two with our new ship.
I mean, I guess I can.
Don't steal the ship.
Well, no, I kind of know how to fly, but
I mean, G3.
G33, please don't steal the ship.
oh gee, what do you think I'm gonna do? Anyway, get out of here.
Nearly got a credit stick. You're working hard for it, Alex.
I thought you said no more for puns.
No, he never said no puns.
A
Really?
decent
Yeah.
pun will get it. A decent pun will get
okay.
one. But
Please, Daddy.
Please, Daddy.
please sugar daddy. A new title now, Will. But yeah, if you're staying behind, then the rest of you make the familiar trip back up to the Eye and to Dynatech Plaza, this beautiful place.
Just to clarify, you're not doing the floor now, are you?
No,
No,
You're
no,
just
no,
go- yeah,
definitely
cool.
not.
Sorry.
I probably
Definitely
would have
not.
tried to clean up somewhat.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
handing
I
in.
would have assumed.
Yeah.
Oh God, are you going to have to be the one carrying the
Yeah.
body?
I mean, we can do a tour.
Can I carry it?
You can always.
What's your strength modifier?
To be fair, I think you've got more of a chance than I
Plus
have.
You could always
3
chop it
mine.
up.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Yeah,
Slow you down a bit, but it's fine.
yeah, I'm plus 0, so you're good.
A fireman's lift.
Yeah, cool. Skell can has this and again they're heavy,
It's
heavier
getting-
than you would expect a Ysoki to be, and you can sense that the metal that's in their augmentations and their prosthetic limbs is industrial grade and strong. And
I bet TJ weighs as much with all your cheekage.
I don't know what you mean.
What should we put in there?
I'm very live.
Alive!
Lanky Hastoki.
Getting rigor mortis.
with
Oh,
You get rigor mortis, girl.
No, jeez.
Egg
probably not.
rolls.
Mackerel. Who are you calling orange?
when you guys enter
What is happening?
the lobby, there are definitely turning heads now. As you walk through the eye with a body, this is where people are like, and like you see like nobles and you see people of high station who are just like,
We're going to have to talk to the new Joan.
and they,
Hello, new Joan.
well, before you get to that bit, there is just, you can sense that up here, it's less of a thing. And you're walking into the building, and everybody is like, okay. And you get to the desk, where there is this Lashunta, who,
This bitch.
I think I'd like to put the body on the desk in front of her because her like lack of effort pissed me right off last time.
okay, I need to get, where is she?
And then I will announce who we're there to see. And then when she has the audacity to ask us if we got an appointment, I will point.
Oh, where are you?
I am not.
This is our appointment, bitch.
Like cabbie style.
I really, where is she? Because she's got a really fucking funny thing.
Can-
So, this young Lashunta with these like really bright eyes and these like antennae that have these tiny little blue glows wears a like today they're wearing a silken, almost see-through, like
Oh.
yeah, like properly showing nip, basically, is the only way to say that. Shoulders are completely loose. They are in very good shape, and they are proportioned in that way too. They are very voluptuous, but also while being... they're stunning. They are absolutely
Someone
beautiful.
got surgery.
She has these
Do you
lovely
think
tattoos.
she's in Bruce's magazine?
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, that kind of...
OnlyFans girl.
Yeah. There is a level of makeup to her, and there is... pictures of her, like some of them are like her on like a black sand beach with a load of little Shunta girls. Another one is of her with a like data pad, like sat on a sofa, but she's clearly a teen, but with like a really tied back ponytail and huge hoop earrings. And
She's no Joan.
she's chewing gum, and her feet are up, and she's just like twirling a pen with this like. And it's levitating, and she's just like twirling it with a finger. And you approach, and you whoosh, and the pen.
Probably
Drops.
be a bit louder than I was expecting as well. So I might
She's
jump a
exactly-
little bit.
Clanging down.
And like, ew.
That's right, bitch.
Really Constantine.
Sharpish.
No, not Rena.
Yeah.
That's not Rena Constantine.
Oh
No, you
my.
silly bint.
You're gonna say that? This car's gonna be like, listen here, bitch. I've had enough.
No, dear, we're here to see Rena Constantine about this.
She's just like open mouth chewing gum, and then
Is there a waste paper bin nearby?
give me a perception check.
You're gonna pick it up and put it in front of her mouth.
Absolutely. 18.
Yeah, you can see that there's probably one like this semicircular desk towards the. If you're standing in front of it, the right hand side, and just on the end of it, there'd be like a small little bin.
Crack a little bit out. Spit it out.
Who are you talking to?
Spit it out.
Your Ysoki is talking to me.
Intimidation check now.
Absolutely.
I'd
Puff
probably
out
do
the
as they said.
cheeks.
Can we stand there like intimidatingly behind
Group
her?
I mean,
intimidation.
you can all make an intimidate check.
I will not take part in this because I think Calyx is just standing there like
I got
panicked, worried, and
19.
trying
I
not
don't
to
like
be
on
part of this. Yeah, basically.
Oh, I can't. 21.
14.
27.
Yes! That gun's coming out.
Waking in her boots.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, fine. And she's like, throws it in there.
That wasn't so hard now, was
She's
it?
gonna get another one out immediately.
Do you have an appointment?
This is our appointment.
I think you'll find we might get pushed ahead of schedule.
Fine. And then she like starts tapping away on like a data pad behind the desk, and then you hear and then a small little card comes out of another data pad. She like wheels across to it and shoots you all in the face.
The end.
No.
She was the BBEG.
Everyone give me a perception check.
Oh.
Baba Ganoush.
The Babaganoosh.
I take it I'm excluded.
You are excluded from this, Mr. Einstein.
Sorry, pal.
Abstain
I'm
on
sorry.
No, it's
Okay, so, what's everyone's perceptions, please?
18.
20.
Also 18.
27.
Oh,
Damn.
Smashing it.
what have you got? Plus 27?
No, plus 8.
What's
Wow,
20?
so 19. It's awesome.
It's like my highest actual thing. I've got some negatives in here.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
She would say... This will take you up to floor 220. It's a one-time use. They'll let you back down. Take that with you, and then as she does that, you see like a name badge that says Soulfire on it, and it's clearly not a real name, Calyx. It's obviously like their chosen name, and you can see like a data pad behind them of just social medias that they are like trawling through, and they are clearly like trying to be an influencer. Yeah, but they hand
It's
you.
a receptionist.
They hand you a lift key card, and they would probably hand it to you because you're the one that's not trying to intimidate them.
Thank you, Miss Soulfire. Pleasure to meet you.
It's just Soulfire.
Thanks,
Now
Sulfur.
Pleasure.
Let's
Take-
go, shall we?
Take the lift.
Oh, I'm
And-
gonna get marketing to flame this girl.
Have a good day.
You have a good day too, sweetie.
I'm going to take
think
the
that's just
body of the
scary.
counter in the most bang clattery way you can imagine. Like, sorry.
Blood,
honey.
metal scrapes
Like,
all along the
maybe
floor.
his metal arm flops again and
And
gives
knocks
her a
over
bit
some
of a jump.
pictures and stuff like that. She's like, hey! And you guys are free to take the elevator once more back up where you were a few days ago, and you can get in. And you weren't there for this one.
No.
You get into the elevator, and the elevator is this really well polished, beautiful. There are screens all around it that play different.
I thought you were.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you went on some credits. Yeah, you
It's
were there.
Roos who wasn't.
I got my
And Roos not again.
Well, you get in this time, and again you have the same infomercials for Dynatech playing all around, and then every now and again it's interspliced with little like, well, there was an attack down at the node, we see some fighting down in this place, but there's nothing new there. Dynatech has... no, that wouldn't be that. It's like, station security is down there, cleaning up the mess as always. Keep those protein recyclers going. And it's like, Dynatech Industries comes out with Ysoki. And it's like a whole advert on, buy your workforce now. Save yourself some HR costs. And you get all these infomercials on the way up. And eventually, you make it to floor 220, where the door opens and... stood in front of you is a human male. They are heavily scarred across the face. They have a bald patch right at the front, but the rest of the hair is sort of combed over. Not over the bald patch, because it's almost like it's worn like a trophy. But they are smartly dressed in what you now know to be defense team attire. They have this pauldron with the Dynatech Industries logo on it. The other one has this red crosshair on it. They look towards you, and then they see you carrying G33, and they're like, Rena.
Yes, please. We're here to see her about the bounty. I think we called
20th
this?
bounty.
Follow me. And they,
Body in exchange for money.
Yeah, that.
and they turn around quite sharply and they'll walk you towards, like down this long corridor, and it's just a single long corridor that leads to another elevator at the other side. They take out their own personal key card and they swipe it. The elevator opens and inside it is slightly smaller, but it is quite a lavish elevator. It's beautiful. And as far as elevators go, realistically, and you guys can step inside. The doors close. They stay down.
Oh, right.
Completely irrelevant. Can I see his name?
Give me a perception check. As I get out my...
I was literally going to ask him if he was in the No, you go.
I know his name.
Okay.
I'm going to get out my roll and play press.
Yeah.
We're going to find some names. What'd you roll?
I rolled 19 plus 9.
20s.
I rolled a nat 20. Can somebody... In fact, you asked, so I'm going to get you to do it. Could you roll me a D100, please?
Still rolls
Sorry.
that one.
It's only when you take it on and off constantly.
What's that? Oh, it's just 5.
Yeah.
Just 5.
Close.
Just Harry.
There is
Oh, just Harry.
a military rank that you don't quite know because it's specific to Dynatech. But then there's a name tag that says Grey Hat.
Grey hat.
Grey Hat.
Quite like it.
Roll and play press. You can use the code Dragonborn 10 on their website to get 10% off. And that's how easy it was to come up with a name right there and then, rather than Barry, which we've all done.
There's always a Barry in every campaign.
Kaiser doesn't like it.
So you begin, and this time there is music playing in the elevator. None of you speak the language that is currently being sung, but it's quite a low female voice, very melodic. And as you go up a couple of floors, it doesn't take long, the doors open again into a very affluent room. The room itself. Where are you?
Yes.
I hate losing where things are on my notes. So.
Stop staring at those tiffins.
Have more, have yourself.
Have
I've
a
had like
tiffin.
4 already.
Have you
So
actually?
boring.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I will get Luke to make you more.
Alright, I'll go for it.
Shit, no more.
Oh, wait, I'll have half of that. Oh, no, I'll just have the whole thing.
So the room itself is a very affluent office that depicts pictures of dragonkin and of dragons and of powerful looking draconian beasts all over the walls, and it's mixed with colours of like reds and golds, and there is clearly an ode to what is essentially a dragon's horde depicted within all of the murals and with all the pictures. However, it isn't like this place itself is filled with a dragon's horde, it's just that that's sort of what's depicted around it. Sat behind a desk on the opposite side is a human lady that you've all seen before, that is Rena Constantine. She has this blue, slightly scaled skin with this hair that comes back almost like a draconian frill, and then like shoots out of the back. She has these deep red eyes with like a draconic slit down them, and then she has these like small little spines, and 3 of them in particular got the centre of her forehead. Ah, you have returned. I trust that since you are carrying the body of what is clearly G33, that you are here with good news.
Done as you asked.
You place them down for me, please.
Just go.
I'm going to do it a bit more carefully than I did. Is she indicating to anywhere or just on the floor?
Her desk, where she like closes a data pad and then just like, please.
I will try and do it as respectfully as I can.
You place this manky-looking, beat-up Ysoki down, where she instantly comes in and then like checks for a pulse, and then pulls out another device and then checks something. Very good. 2,000 credits well earned. I hear there was more trouble down near the node than expected. Two Dynatech employees were found dead. However, I don't know why they were there, as I had this job sent to me, well, this mark given to me by the board, which is well above my pay grade. So, although it is unfortunate to hear that there were casualties, the battlefield can be a hazardous place.
Wise words.
I have been in many a fight. And there is like a smile. For like the first time, a proper smile on her face. You have, however, come back with one dead mark. You have clearly done this with excellence and precision. How have you killed this being, by the way? There are some bullet marks, but not enough to what I would consider kill.
Force. Blunt force trauma.
Didn't really take a lot. The gentleman was rather on his last legs when we found him.
Make a deception check, please.
Absolutely. I believe it's a bluff, yes?
Yes.
This is the kind of shit I wanted to...
Okay, 29.
That's a fucking good roll.
Oh, God. Oh, no!
Please, no.
No!
Don't say it's true.
Who has cred sticks?
I do.
No!
17 on the dice.
Oh, great.
So she
Do
has
we
to
wish
have
to-
more than 12 plus.
Is that-
I'm going to use a crit stick.
I've got
Okay,
two.
so
I don't know the
I've
result.
revealed a dice and not told you what the outcome is. Jack is spending a cred stick, which he throws like a
Maniac.
limp-armed spaghetti monster. I'm going to roll again. I'm going to roll it open. I'm going to move your guys' miniatures out of the way.
I know, it's too close to the wire.
You have been avoiding this all campaign, and you have done so well. It's a 19 on the dice.
Oh, fuck me.
Joking.
We have a cred stick from Emily.
Hey.
This is fuck me.
This is what I was
This
trying
is
to
where we
prepare
find she has
for.
like only like a +2 or something.
12 on the dice.
Okay,
That's
that's
better.
better. That's better.
Was it a waste?
No,
Well, we're
It's
not
not if
going to
it
know
works.
because the 17 could have failed.
it could have.
You're saying blunt force trauma.
Is it worth the risk?
Yes, it is the words I have used.
That is unfortunate.
You said last legs.
Well, yeah, force. That's what I've used.
I'm glad they didn't persist too much of a problem. The board will be very happy to hear of this, and should any more work come up for mercenary work, would you guys be interested?
Not for now.
I'd rather say we have our own personal endeavours for the moment, but
Bit of R&R.
I fully understand.
I think it's a maybe. Like, it's not. If we can, like, know what the job is beforehand and then make a choice as to whether we want to or not.
Yes, that's the perk of mercenary work rather than being a militia. It's one of the reasons we couldn't send the militia down, is because we can't act on our own offence here on the station. However, we can hire mercenaries just like anybody else can. And that's why I believe the board wanted to, whatever this Ysoki has stolen or done, you know, their cred bill is quite high. The board wanted to see an end to that, clearly. It's way above my pay. But yes, you will have an option. Always have an option if you are not part of the defence teams. Unless you were lucky, Calyx, to...
Do I look like I could be part of the defence? I don't
No,
think
but
I'd be
sometimes we have
appropriate.
aspirations.
It's not my aspiration. I'm quite happy in the navigation department.
It's probably for the best. And like...
A bitch, check out the gun!
As for what Zano has said in terms of your payments, obviously you have been paid 2,000 credits by the company to see the job done. You have done the job, therefore, as far as I'm aware, your contract has ended. However, Zano did say you would have access to floor 184. I cannot grant this right now, as we would need to set up massive amounts of security around that floor before we grant anybody access.
We also need to prepare a little, I think.
That is fine. It will take me quite some time to, one, make sure that the board are okay with this and that any higher-ups know what is happening, to make sure there's enough clearance throughout the building, and also to research what it is that you are potentially going into.
How much time?
A ballpark.
I
Just
actually do not know.
Exact rough estimate.
I was thinking about doing that, but you... Nice.
So, for podcast listeners and for anybody on YouTube, I think we were talking about this off during the break.
So.
Alex and I collected quotes from things that when we used to work together, where people, and even like you and I still text each other when we say something fucking dumb.
Yeah.
And one of my favourites, what we were talking about was, I need an exact number, give me a rough estimate, from one of our previous people that we worked with, and fuck me, it has me in stitches every time. And Emily brought it up. She's pulling a sour face at some sweets.
It's supposed to be a berry and it tastes like soap.
Nobody wants that. But that earns a credit stick, because that was well damn played. But Rena is like, without the board's authentication, I cannot give you a time, unfortunately. That could take a day, it could take weeks. The defence teams we have here are currently quite sparse. It's another reason that we wanted to hire out external help. However, we will recall some back from Koshoria, and we will recall some back from Septilon 13. But until then, that could take some time.
So, what's the best way to go about it? Do we check in?
I
Weekly, monthly, or will you contact us?
will contact you. Otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, our dealings here with the defence teams are done.
What are the defence teams doing on Kasharia?
Or they protect the Decimal. You have quite a lot of predatorial beasts outside of your encampments, and we would like to keep... Well, we are tasked with keeping your villages safe.
Insight check.
You can certainly make a sense motive check. Which you were there, Calyx, when the first of the... and I need to bring the... because we've named them, haven't we?
I believe so.
Okay, so
I'm going to have to go back through myself.
Not great, I don't think.
I have just sent Epo and Neymar back to Koshoria, but I will send them a long-range transmission and tell them to return with some of the forces. I do believe... I need to look at... And Epo and Neymar was the Shakalati unit last time.
Yes.
Are we ever not going to do
Yes, I do remember, and I am obviously grateful for Dynatech's protection and everything. I just didn't realise how many resources were getting diverted to. Seems like a lot of resources.
Yes. In exchange for protection, the Decimal have offered us resources, as far as I'm aware, and that is the exchange. Is that we have defence teams there to protect you from the predatorial beasts of your home world and the what would they say? The dark tapestry that you protect.
Yeah. Yes. No. Oh, of course. We've.
So that you can focus on these and your journeys of transposition.
I kind of want to do an inside almost
Sense
myself.
motive. What's your sense motive?
Not good. It was 14.
Cool.
16.
16, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Seems genuine.
I ask, unrelated, if there would be an objection to us bringing extra crew to check out the floor when we are ready?
Provided they are not anybody nefarious or anybody who would have other interests in letting loose any chaos, let's say, then it should be absolutely fine. If you have your own team, you have your own team.
You mean they'll be subjected to checks, or you're just assuming we're not bringing nefarious beings?
I mean, we can usually tell, but you've given us no cause to distrust you. You've done work by us, and as far as we can tell, having Calyx work with the Starfinders on this one has been fantastic. Did you manage to speak to HR and legal?
I haven't yet. I think that's probably my next stop, because I would like to stay with this group of lovely people and not go back to my desk.
It was way something we couldn't afford, right?
Honey, you couldn't afford me.
It was 40,000
It was a lot.
Yeah, and you guys
I'm
spent all your
very
fucking
We
money.
didn't have money even if we didn't.
No, but that's what saving's for.
Starfinder.
Yeah. I can't remember what I was going to ask.
Where are you?
Oh,
I'm
so
so
sorry. There you go.
Cannot
Gosh,
sleep tonight.
It would be
sorry, I'm just.
company towns, and it is literally Cassiopeia.
That's it.
And it's Cassiopeia North, which is known as Company Town K1, Cassiopeia South, K2, K3, K4, so it's North, South, East and West, are the four major company towns.
You mentioned Septilon 13, was it?
Jack or Kaz?
Both, honestly.
Where
do I know
Jack
of
asking
Septilon?
you can give me a culture check.
Because he just threw that name out of nowhere. Nah, mate. 6.
So many planets.
Okay.
It's just me.
Yeah.
Just so I remember things.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Well, we're all done here, and
I believe so. Should we, as soon as I know anything about Floor 184, and we get back from the board, we will do what we can.
Don't suppose there's any small jobs in the meantime, just while we're waiting?
Not currently with me. However, check with your department head if you're still working with the exploration department, or if you're taking a leave of absence to potentially seem to do some more starfinding.
Yes. Obviously, I'll have to pass it with Kimpire, but yes.
Well, Kimpira is not your department head. She may be your sponsor, but she is not.
She looks after, like, matter anyway. Yeah, yes.
There is a pause from Rena. Very well. And then sits back in her chair, and you are free to leave. My major will see you down to the ground floor. Should you need me again, you can inquire with the new receptionist, or you can...
Needs a lot more training. So terrible personal manner.
I'm not a fan.
Joan would be disappointed.
Do you know what would do really well?
I don't think she's gonna know, Joan.
The little Skittermander who was on the desk for a while.
Carol the
Oh, she was
Dolphins. Do you know who do really well in that position? A hard-working Ysoki. If you paid them enough.
You would have to talk to HR and legal.
Don't want to talk to HR legal.
It would be good for company profile.
You would have to talk to HR and legal.
That's true. It's a good advertisement.
Let's get going, shall we?
And with that, you guys can leave the office, and the body of G33 is left on her desk, where you can see that she begins to immediately get on a comm. She's like, yes, you can connect me with the board, please. And then...
Let's get out of the door.
I don't believe we're leaving.
you guys descend down to the defense floor, and then this same grey hat is there, with this like bold patch heavily scarred.
And is this her major?
Yes. Yes, I'll see you out.
Alright.
Oh wait, thank you.
Sure. Alright.
Come in.
It just got on for a bit of a rough exterior.
Who the fuck you talking to, kid?
Oh, never mind. Just fucking go, mate.
That's okay, Kaz. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, sir. It's been a long day. I'm sorry that we're just leaving.
You intimidated, darling?
Just. No.
There's no need.
It's not enough, mate.
Just kind of grunts to you and then will lead you to the elevator. He swipes his own key card. This will take you down to reception or to your own departments.
Cool. Thank you.
Doesn't say anything.
So we're now in the Dynatech lobby.
You can choose to, if you work on a different floor, stop off anywhere else, or unfortunately for you guys, you don't have the clearance, so you'd be stopped anywhere. But, I mean, there's no security outside the elevators on your floor.
I don't mind meeting you guys later, but I'd just like to just check in with everyone. Just
You're going to be alright on your own.
So, how long should we give you before we come and make a rescue party?
only like a few hours. It's fine.
A few is very different for
Does,
some people.
does maybe... Do you want to take someone with you?
Do you want to see navigation?
I do desperately, but I have a feeling I need to go and sort out my own personal affairs.
That is true.
We can't go with you, so we either.
It's
have to
alright.
have-
Navigation's really
people
chill.
with us, with
You
access.
could take people with you, really. Certainly your floor you could.
Yeah.
You've never tried.
Worth a shot. Cass, do you want to see some cool tech shit?
You see like a little bit of a glint in his eye. Not that you can see his eyes, but yes.
See it glint in his goggles.
So we don't leave the lobby without each other, or we meet back at the ship. We have a time, say.
It's ship maybe.
Ship?
I'd rather not just hang about in the lobby. That Lashunta may, you know, she seems intimidating.
I want to find that Lashunta's like Instagram
Oh,
profile.
and post all sorts of crap about
And I want to
her.
send it out to my marketing friends and just be like, cancel her.
Oh no! Look, this is her OnlyFans page. She cannot be allowed to work here.
Yeah.
Such a bad image.
Okay, so you can give me a computers check, please,
Cool.
and then we'll go from there. What are you trying to keep Calyx? Mouthful of food.
Oh wait, do you even want me to go with you, or shall I just leave?
Do you want to come to navigation?
I mean, I'd quite like to make sure that you're allowed to leave.
I think it's a wise thing to do.
Sticking together.
Mm.
And
I think
Skelkin
two
will
and
look
two.
after you.
2 birds of 2.
But yeah, 2 hours back at the ship.
Should we say
give it
3 hours?
3 hours to be
Three.
safe. Any longer than that, start coming up with a plan.
Okay.
12 on computers, by the way.
12?
Yeah.
Cool, yep. You can start pinging it out to people, and then I need a diplomacy check, please.
Are you actually doing that right
Yeah.
now? That's your first port of call?
Yeah.
Destroy her!
Fire the bitch.
That is going to be 23.
Okay. Finding at Soulfire is pretty easy to do. It'd be like something like at Soulful Soulfire or something like that. It'd be something really shitty.
Bullshitty.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
something really shittily pretentious. And it is like, quite literally like, a data...
Omnipresent goddess.
Oh,
Hashtag Lashunta Live.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, well, it wouldn't actually just be Lashunta. It would be like, hashtag Demai Life.
Oh.
Because the Lashunta are sub-raced into two. One is Demai, one is Koshara. Not like Koshario, your planet, but it's like, I can't quite remember the name of it, I have to go into the core rulebook. One is like a more muscular style warrior one, while the other one is very aesthetically beautiful. And the Demai one is very much the aesthetically beautiful one. And it's very much like Demai Life.
XOXO.
Not Demai. I'm going to have to look it up now.
I was going to say, I don't think Skelkin's
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm beautiful. Thank you, though.
Guys, I didn't know what you're talking about.
Tucks the hair behind ear that she's
Demaya. Damaya.
They're very similar
right,
And
names.
okay.
Borasha is
Okay.
the other one.
Very similar.
Yes, very, very similar, which is why I'm like... Same with like the planet Koshoria. This is where you're from.
I'm sorry, yes.
So,
Yeah, no, go.
we'll go with Skelkin and Calyx first. As, the door opens on a floor. It's like 16, I think I said it was to you. There were so many damn windows open. Exploration department, floor 16 through 24. The floors themselves, there are these beautiful like white walls. There are like old cartography maps around, while there's also screens with like star maps around, all very, very picturesque of somewhere that's to do with like mapping or with exploration. There are also like Starfinder pictures of like Starfinder and Dynatech officials together where they've come back from a successful mission, and there are plenty of different offices. As you go past, there are like hollow tables with star systems in them, and then somebody will swipe them away, and then another one will come on, and then they'll plot something down, and then they'll throw that one to another screen, and then so on and so forth. Very Minority Report with throwing images around. And then eventually, I mean, you tell me where you're leading them to.
I'd like to. I'm so sorry. I'm just forgetting everyone's names. Who is the human male who is my direct line manager?
Your
I'm
direct line manager.
so sorry.
Is this the guy with the hair?
He is a man with hair. Yes.
Tucks it behind his ear.
He is a
He has
very.
hair on his head.
He has a
No,
very.
no, like
He's a
how
very
I imagine
clip-looking
some
man.
sexy prince in every fucking teenage.
He's a very clean-cut
fantasy
man.
book
Yes.
with like slicked back brown.
Got the little.
We
like,
don't want to
90s
get hair in
bangs.
hair in the old cartographer maps and everything.
Maybe it's not who I think it is. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
He's got a
No, I'm thinking of someone else.
Your line manager
Little
is
laughing
Tris
man.
Leren. They are a sort of
Guy
middle-aged,
who's literally
professional-looking
bragging
male. Thinning hair, and usually wear things like black turtleneck jumpers with like smart casual attire. They often frequent
Steve Jobs.
He's not my sexy man. No, I got him wrong.
Very much Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. I'd just like to sort of just check in and be like, so hi.
I don't remember their accent, so they're going to yell,
That's fine.
"Hey, Calix, you're back!"
How's it going?
Pretty good. Great to see you up on the news. Great to see that you had a successful mission. Zano seems pretty happy with how it's all gone. Did you have a good time?
Yeah. Oh my god, it was amazing. I've got so many things to show you. I left some blips actually out in the drift, and I can't wait to get the data back from that, and we can start getting stuff from the drift. Also mapped the Dachi system. That
Yes,
was
we have the
so
data
fun.
already.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing and so cool. And the planet was in half. And there was. I mean, you got all the data. It was amazing. It was really fun. But do you ever remember someone called Cassie here?
That was Kato, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. I'm so sorry to hear that she passed away.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, did she had a desk here or something?
Yeah. She had a room. Did you know her?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, we weren't the closest of closest, but you know, went out once or twice.
Oh, that's good to
She's-
know she had friends. She always kept herself to herself. Like, nobody really got to know her.
She, you know, she's one of those kind of standoffish personalities, and you kind of had to work her down a bit. But
And who's your
Yeah.
friend here?
oh, this is Skelken. She's one of the Starfinders who went on our ship. She really wanted to see the navigation department, and I thought I'd want to show her around. But I wanted to just pick up one or two things from Cassie's drawers.
If there's anything left, I think the what would they be? Not cleanup crews, but they're like HR have been through, I believe, and taken anything that was hers. But I mean, feel free to go have a look, see if they've forgotten anything, if there's something you're looking for. And her hand goes up to you, Skelken. And he's like, "It's a pleasure to meet you. Starfinders are always welcome here in the exploration department."
I will shake the hand
Okay, shake hands with
and
you.
put on what Skelcon would call a friendly face.
Cool.
Sorry.
Why don't we do a bluff check on that one? Why don't we do a bluff check?
So smiling.
It's a
like
pleasure
she's
to
trying
meet
to
you.
Do you?
Hello, you cunt.
Oh, I think I'll be alright. It's no nat one.
Not yet.
Yeah.
What's no not one?
Lovely. That distracted me so much.
Bluff.
17.
17, cool, yeah. He just smiles, shakes your hand, and then they will lead you down a corridor, to which end they open a door into a very similar office to yours, but with no screens or anything like that. I'm going to cut away from you guys. It's like the screen the door closes as you're left alone in that room. The door closes, and we then see the elevator open once more, back up a few floors, as TJ and Kaz, we see you from behind, this height difference, and the door opens, and you step out into what can only be described as cubicle hell. It looks like it looks like a labyrinth of just C-shaped cubicles.
But are they short? Can
Yes.
he see above them? Like?
And that's the thing, is you
He
can
is
see
everywhere.
above them all. Each one has like, I mean, feel free to
Yeah.
describe what it looks like.
So yeah, like I think each desk has like a little wheel at the side of it, which and you can see there are just Ysoki everywhere, all dressed like identically to how TJ was when you first met them, and there are like some like slightly younger looking Ysoki who are literally just running on wheels with like these screens in front of them, like just data trawling and everything. But like everyone is just plugged in and just work.
Okay.
Okay. So, what you notice is that very clearly. You are on floors. I think I said Infosphere Marketing and Media Department. Floors 101 to 111. Over to the far right-hand side is a glass fascia wall where there are taller desks and also more people of different nature than the
Genres.
different races, essentially. Many humans, many maybe like a couple of Lashunta, a Kasatha, a smattering of different people. It's clearly a busy office. And you tell me what you're doing here.
I'm gonna start. I think I want to start making my way towards the big people.
Yep.
And I'll be like taking Kaz around, and that's the sound room where we make the jingles, and over there is where we go through thousands and thousands of Twitter feeds. It's outdated, but there's still people who rant on there. And yeah, I'm going to try and find someone like maybe a PA or someone who deals with scheduling, because I want to talk to the boss man.
Schedule me in, bitch.
You,
Please.
Kaz, the thing that's apparent here, every time they point something out, it's just another cubicle.
Okay.
And eventually you're led to a glass door, where through the glass door is and as soon as you cross that threshold, there is a skitter, a tiny little feet, and you see a Ysoki approaching you. They're a little bit more slender than the rest of the Ysoki. I need a description. Give me 2 seconds. So I didn't expect this to go here.
I'm imagining like
Sorry.
No. I love it because actually it's going to give us a really good place to end the episode on.
I'm imagining like the the back rooms.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
very much that style.
Like just
Yeah.
infinite.
I want to know, does it smell? You know how like hamster cages
I
smell?
think it just probably smells of sawdust.
It smells of
Yeah.
sawdust and small fur.
Yeah.
God, there must be like
Sounds
such an air
horrible.
filtration
Sorry,
system.
I apologise. They are not slender. They are very fucking round. They are a circle of fur. And so they are very round, and they wear the same suit that every other Ysoki here is wearing. This black suit with a red tie, also carrying a briefcase, but it's like he's almost bursting out of his suit. Like
It's like
Oh no,
stretched.
he's
like,
the boss Hastoki.
his fur.
Bostoki.
Hey!
Crit stick.
Double crit. Hive mind over here.
Yeah, but who gets it?
Ah!
There you
Yay.
go, guys. Don't say nothing, kill you.
Don't say I never get you nothing.
BB hates.
His fur is blonde white with these little grey markings, and they wear these like really big circular glasses that magnify their eyes to an extraordinary size.
Oh,
They have a black pencil-thin line of fur across the top lip,
I hate it.
but it's a little too far away from their nose on their very flat face. His hands are chubby, and they're like grabby.
Sausages.
And yeah, they're like, and the briefcase there, and it's like just weird.
You need to use your wheel a bit more, mate.
They have to lean to put the briefcase down. It like almost drops, and they're like,
Barton pings off his shirt.
Squeakson, you're back.
Jenkins? What are you doing on this floor? Shouldn't you be skulking up the anus of legal?
I got promoted.
You can just, I think you see a vein just pop in DJ's head.
While you were away playing Starfinder.
Salad fingers. That's what I'm
It
doing.
is, yeah.
I get Blade vibes.
Well, lovely to have you on the team, Jenkins.
Jenkins.
You'll be seeing a lot more of me, Squeakson.
Well, I'll try and contain my projectile vomit as much as possible then.
And how can I assist you today?
I'm looking to speak with Elijah. Jenkins.
Mr. Roslauren is by appointment only.
Trying to make
I'm trying to make an appointment, Jenkins. I think he'd be interested to hear what I have to say, considering that I've been, out in the streets. Picked up some tricks, Jenkins.
You smell like a street rat.
I bet Jenkins smells like absolute shite, so...
Kaz is like, what the fuck is happening here?
And with that, like, they are just like eyes locked on each other. And then Kaz is like, looking around, and then like, who's your friend?
He's a Starfinder, a drow.
I think I'll probably try and play it up and like get my pistol and go.
Really?
And it's really important, actually, Jenkins, that we speak to Elijah as soon as possible.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
You do that.
And with that,
Bitch.
they turn, and you just watch them like, what?
Oh.
He's really
way.
let himself go.
Who the fuck is this guy?
My fucking neighbour, he's an absolute dickbag.
I get that vibe.
It's never going to end today's session.
I thought you loved everyone at
I
Dynatech.
hate Jenkins.
I hate Jenkins.
I've been waiting for that meeting for a while. Because there was like a glimpse
Yeah.
of his face. But like, I fuck it, as an NPC, I love them. They are just the worst
They
fucking
are the worst.
horrid, most acrid person you could...
Acrid.
like, you could smell them a mile
That,
away.
that's a hamster that should have been eaten at birth.
A dub.
Do you know what? The way you described him, I could smell him.
Yeah, yeah, it really is something. But I look forward to that exchange because the fact that it's not just you and there's now somebody else here as well, I'm really looking forward to that dynamic.
Yeah.
He's a bit intimidated
Poor
by
Kaz.
Kaz, I reckon.
Well, I think Kaz and you are going to get onto something really fun here, and I also think that you two are going to get onto something fun here.
Sorry, Roos.
Bruce is just like,
We're going to get back and Roos has made a tea party with all the AI.
Oh, yes! I reckon there'll be like a hammock and there'll be like
It'll be
umbrella
like-
cocktails.
Like
and...
headphones, like plug-in HMV headphones.
There'll be lava lamps everywhere.
Oh, yes.
Human music.
With that, we are going to close down the recording. Guys, thank you so much for watching this back on YouTube. Sorry that the stream went so wrong, but hey, at least we can record still and get it out to you. This is where I'm going to look over and see that I haven't pressed record, but I have.
Can we all remember what we said?
No.
Well, luckily I'll get this up on YouTube after this. Podcast listeners, thank you so much. I can't believe there were so many of you that have enjoyed it and commented and also have been downloading it. Thank you so much. It means the world to us. Do go check out those amazing sponsors, Warrior Prince 3D. Go check out the affiliate with Dynatech Industries. With fuck me.
you're too immersed, man.
Oh, I'm in the zone. With Roleplay Press. And then also, you know what? If you can't buy merch, that's fine. Just tell a friend. Just go out there, say, hey, there's these group of nerds that are really, they're mediocre at best. But you know what? It'll kill some time. If you want to procrastinate from your uni work, do you want to maybe sit in your job and just listen to us on Spotify? Do it. Because You only live once, so listen to us
YOLO!
having a good time. Thank you so much.
Don't get stuck on that hamster wheel.
Hey,
Hey.
Fight the man.
fight the big
Fight
fat
the
hamster man.
Jenkins.
Jenkins!
Well, see you next time. May the dice gods be ever in your favour.
Woo! Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.